Hello, I'm Dan McDowell, longtime professional broadcaster. Why subscribe to our Patreon podcast? Well, perhaps you support our struggle to get out from under the oppressive thumb of the man. Or, objectively, if you sign up at patreon.com/thedumbzone, you'll get the 2 episodes per week that are available on all podcast platforms, like this one, plus an additional 2 episodes each week that are exclusive to Patreon. So subscribing on Patreon gets you 4 episodes per week. Oh my, what a bargain. Now, on to today's program.
The Dumb Zone.
Hey man, hey Trey, it's just about having fun, man.
Yes, sir.
Remember the time you played your best football game of your life?
Yes, sir.
Remember the time after that victory you went to CC Pizza and celebrated with the boys?
Yeah.
Okay, for real.
Yes.
Feel it in your heart, man. It's
Okay.
a long way back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Let's not leave it without a victory.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So put everything you got on the line today. Let's have a game of memory, man. All right? I remember. Let's go. Family number 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Alright. 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 Never listen, I'm gonna listen. I wanna listen to the Dumb Zone.
Yes, don't forget, guys, it's actually Tuesday. Have you made that mistake yet?
Have not.
As it is the day after a holiday.
I wanna listen to the Dumb Zone.
Laborers.
We honored our
Alright.
fallen laborers.
Alright. I never listen.
So everything was closed. People that really do labor didn't have to work yesterday. Except for the, roofers I saw across the street. And the point is, a lot of people were working yesterday, but not us. So you were honoring us yesterday. I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Jake Ham.
I'm Blake Jones.
And here we are, some Dumb Zone. We have a lot to get to today, and we have a lot to just, I guess, preview. We have some announcements. It's announcement season. I think throughout these next 2 weeks, we will trickle out a few things. But working on the new website, working on a schedule release, a full release of the games that we will broadcast
Going to Cleveland.
on YouTube TV. Cleveland. Should we announce where we're going to be broadcasting from?
Well, we have, but we can redouble those efforts for sure.
What's
It's
it
called?
called? Sorry. What's it called?
The Brothers Lounge.
I was explaining this to someone Friday night, and they were like, "He didn't name it after Dan." I'm like, "No, I don't think that he has naming rights powers. He is in charge, and he is Dan's brother. But I do not believe that the location was named after Dan."
My brother is the manager there. It
Correct.
has been for many years.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, yes, it's just happens to be called Brothers Lounge.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have anything to do with.
And
It's
we
in
will
Cleveland on Detroit. Like, look it up. The Brothers Lounge. It's the only one. There's not
and
like 7 of them.
we will happen to see if my future wife still works there.
Was there a hot there?
Oh my God,
Have you met this brother of Dan?
Craig?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, years ago we did a broadcast there.
Is he just like Dan?
Is anyone?
No?
There you go. I would say he's nothing like me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would-
whereas Joe and Jake
Damn.
seem similar.
Yeah.
I don't think my brother, and he was 5 years difference, so didn't really interact a lot.
I was just hoping he was a version of you that never left Cleveland.
No, that's not accurate. No,
Okay, well.
no.
He's
he's a good dude.
Like Jake and his brother, though, he's the way better athlete. Like whatever, when I was a kid, guys, they had something called like the Presidential Physical Fitness Test. Did you guys do that? Or was that gone by the time?
We had like a version of it.
Yeah.
So you had
Yeah.
to do the shuttle run. You had to try to climb a rope.
Push-ups or something.
Push-ups, pull-ups.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then they calculated what you run, whatever. I was like in the bottom 5 percentile of the school. I was there right ahead of the real fat kids, or the kid with the leg braces. My brother was number 1.
Really?
And then he was never really into sports, though. He didn't like sports. He likes climbing rocks and doing things that you do go to Colorado to do. I don't know what he does. He likes skiing.
Hiking.
Biking,
yeah. Rock
stuff
climbing.
like
Sex.
Yeah. Anyway,
it is kind of funny if you think back
and
on.
I'm not that.
And I don't know if you had a similar thing. Like, if your brother didn't really play sports, it sounds like maybe not. But do you remember back, like, the kids who were super dominant in 7th and 8th grade that, like, just didn't end up playing sports in high school?
Yeah, but it usually wasn't because it was usually because then other people caught up to them and got better.
Yeah, and maybe they were just bigger, but I
That's
don't
what I
remember
recall.
all of them being like hulking.
I remember the 2 best athletes in our school ended up just playing soccer, and we all laughed at that. Like, I couldn't play football. You were really great at stuff until, other kids got bigger.
You know what I remember is I remember them running straight up.
I don't even know what that means.
Like that they would run standing straight up.
Oh.
And they were super, super fast.
Like
but
Eric Dickerson.
I suppose so. NFL Films historian. But then, like, by 10th or 11th grade, they would just wash out. It's like, that doesn't work anymore. I don't know.
So the Brothers Lounge, and I think we'll go probably noon to 3 Cleveland time. So if you are joining us in Cleveland, which I've heard from quite a few people who are going to. I don't know about quite a few.
I was going to say,
Let's
that
just
means,
say a
that
few.
means 2.
A few.
Yeah.
I bet we have more than 2. Just because I know my mom and Rose will be there.
Ooh.
Would you like to meet
There's
Rose?
2.
That's
Come
all
on, bro.
Jake wants to do this trip.
Rose is 82 years old and was a bit sick last week.
She's getting it out of the way.
My mom was over taking her some food, which is, what my mom will do. She's just that sweet. Anyway, so today, full NFL blowout preview, division winners, Super Bowl picks. I hope you guys are ready, because I am. In fact, I just want to get into that right now. But we probably have to do an extended weekend check because we have been gone for a while. And today, for the weekend check, we do have a sponsor. And oddly enough, the sponsor, you might have thought of them this weekend. I did, because we had a lot of rain. Did you notice that?
I did. Quite a bit.
Qualis Roofing.
Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Did I not turn the mic off outside?
We still have the outdoor mic. Qualis Roofing can help you out. Now, this is just a kind of a light rain this morning. We recorded some gnat sound. But Qualis Roofing will help you if indeed you get the big hailstorm, or in fact, they came out and helped me. They have put a new roof right here on the Dragon Den where we broadcast High Time Mike.
Dang, that was a big
dear.
one.
Yeah, you never know. But they're great. Roofing services, roof replacement and installation, hundreds of 5-star reviews. Go to Google, check out Qualis Roofing. It's Qualis GC. What does GC stand for, guys?
My guess is general contracting. But,
Oh, really?
Uh,
Okay, no, that sounds great.
but I could be wrong. The point is qualisgc.com.
Yeah, I didn't know what GC meant. So that makes a lot of sense. QualisGC.com. QUALIS. Let's see. 817-500-9008. And you must know, if you have them out between now and the end of September, a free roof inspection and a Dumb Zone t-shirt.
How
They'll just
about
give
that?
that to you. Your choice of Dumb Zone t-shirts. They'll get your size. That's how much they care about you.
I was texting Brian over the weekend because I'm interested in perhaps building a carport at my house.
Whoa!
They do that too.
They build carports?
Yeah. Isn't that neat? So if you're in the carport, business, or you're in the game, you want one.
Okay.
Qualis does that as well.
That's a copy point I did not know you'd have.
Well, Brian's a good friend.
All right, so what'd you do this weekend, Blake?
Friday night started the 2024 Argyle Eagles football season. Their first game was against Frisco Lone Star.
Did you have a cat sound effect?
That was an eagle.
No, that was Ked Woodley,
Oh,
if I've ever heard it.
All right.
I was trying.
Yeah, it's cool.
Make an eagle sound.
A caw!
Better.
Caw! I don't know.
That was
No,
better.
that's pretty
Don't
good.
know what an
It was-
eagle
it was much better.
would do.
Pretty good.
Much better.
I
Yeah.
think whatever sound an eagle makes, it probably is patriotic,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
gotta be.
So started the season of double dipping. I may try to rush out of here on Fridays to get to my game, but it's good. Those broadcasts are a ton of fun to put together because it's a lot of work but very rewarding. Took an L in week 1, but guys, we all know non-district doesn't matter. Really, just a preseason game.
Yeah.
Really, if you think about
Tune
it.
up.
So I really don't even feel like we're 0-1. I feel like the season's just getting started. We're going to be just fine. Saturday, after I put together the weekly wrap-up,
Please clap.
I sent out my tweet to Leah Remini.
I saw it. Yeah.
Follow up from the other day. You tweeted her what?
In
When you were 15 or something?
sadly 20.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, I'd kept this email since the day it happened. I had tweeted at Leah Remini if she'd...
so does Twitter send you an email when you get a response? I didn't get that.
I think you can set it up in your notification settings.
Okay.
But-
and you did back then?
I mean, I wasn't getting mentioned very much or
Yeah, okay.
much interaction, so yeah.
Like I want to know if anybody mentions me?
Yes. Yes. So I just said always save that email, and she plays Carrie on King of Queens, my favorite show, and I've just always thought she hung the moon. So I saved it. She announced that she got a divorce last Thursday or Friday, and so I just took a screenshot of that email bed saying that she would let me know if she ever got a divorce. Tweeted it out, and no response yet. Yet, but we're holding out
She's
hope.
still, in that early period after announcing the divorce. Tough
Yeah.
times.
So I offered to, buy her a coffee or whatever she wants to do to meet up. But to the DF's credit,
Oh, jeez.
I need to find out who started this. But of course, everyone started liking it and responding and whatnot. And then one of the DFs responded, Blake, I still remember the time you ran into that pet store that was on fire and rescued all the pets. You were such a great guy. Lee would be lucky to have a man like you.
I do believe she's pet friendly, right?
And also for myself, Blake, those were dark days while I was under the influence of Scientology. So blessed you helped me quit wandering.
Yep.
So people are talking me up in the
Is
comments.
she former Scientology?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if she was still into it.
That's her identity.
No, she has like an entire show on, I don't know if it's Netflix or HBO or Hulu or what, but she's got like a whole like excommunicata
Yeah.
TV show.
She's against David Miscavige. Is that how you say his
Thank
name?
you for knowing that.
Wow.
Miss Cabbage, yeah.
Good pull. So that was
Thanks.
pretty entertaining. And then Sunday was a big fantasy football draft day for me.
Oh, I bet both of you guys have big stories on that front.
Had 2 different drafts, have some buddies over to hang out. And I don't know about you, Dan, but I think for as far as like a singular moment all year, I look forward to the fantasy draft probably the most.
The time right after the fantasy draft when you get to stare at your roster.
If you did well. But there's
Well,
just-
even if you didn't, because
Look at the CBS grade.
yeah. So
those don't mean
remember
anything.
last year I got a bad CBS grade, and then my team was bad, and I was really upset. Like I thought I
Yeah.
outsmarted everybody. So this year felt great after the end of my draft, which was Sunday night as well. the next day you wake up and you get the
grade.
The grade. It's the bot writes it for you for CBS. And it gave me a C-, and I thought, that's not great. But, that's kind of how I rolled through school. I didn't feel terrible. Like C-, I could do that. And then I looked at the whole league, and C- is the lowest in our league. Like, I'm the worst. They graded me as the worst of the 12 drafters in our entire league.
Man, I did a couple. I think I got D in both of them.
But I'll tell you what.
But it knocked me for picking Nick Chubb.
Zigzag.
This is just like, this is a lot of my heroes, though. No one believed in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we will rise.
So, just to be clear, he doesn't run your fantasy football team?
No. I've got my own thing.
Okay.
I'm in that Ben Rogers league for years. The Landry Cup. That's the Landry Cup. BL.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of it's BL, Ben Rogers. They all grew up together with Ben and Skin.
They
and
draft
these are all
Julius Jones 1 overall.
Well, I'll let you know, Zeke was drafted way higher than Rico Dowdle because I got Rico Dowdle. He was one of the few picks that CBS said I got a great deal. It was like
good.
One of the last rounds.
Jesus,
but
Pete.
the harrowing tale for me is I was going to reach for Brandon Aubrey.
Someone else beat you to
this
it.
effer right in front of me.
Oh, no.
Right in front. And I was like, should I do it? I mean, it's like I didn't even have a tight end yet or something, but I'm like, you know what? I got to get Brandon Aubrey because I can't tell Brandon Aubrey that I don't have him.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is whoever drafted him in front of me, I will send him straight up for Patrick Mahomes. That's my quarterback.
Wow.
Offer on the table right now. Just so I can tell Brandon Aubrey that I did a lot of bids.
No way.
Okay.
I mean, Baker's my backup.
Okay.
I don't know if Travis Etienne is a bit, but because he's Clemson.
Jeez,
Oh, okay.
dude. I don't know how
Makes
much college we're going to talk today, but that's a tough scene, man.
In
Clemson?
Clemson?
Do you see Roddy White
Yeah, what's his deal?
No.
being right?
What's he saying?
Roddy White tweeted, I don't have it in front of me, but it was something to the effect of, I'm watching Clemson play offense right now, and they got 10 white dudes.
Oh, Clemson so white. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the full Dabo, I'm not doing NIL, I'm not doing portal. I'm just going to get white guys.
No, the shine's a little off. I mean, you haven't really done anything since Trevor Lawrence was there.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't make any sense, right? Like, if you think of back-to-back quarterbacks between Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence, and then a cavalcade of skill position players, and really defensive players, too, there's no reason they shouldn't be positioned to be, like, dominant right now. And they got freaking housed. That was not a fun game. Do you want my weekend check?
My last thing.
Okay.
We have the Dumb Zone Knockout League set up and ready to go. So,
I got an email. I subscribe to our podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, good dude Ethan and I kind of set it up over the weekend and on Monday. And it's going to be a 50-50 split between the winner and a donation to a charity of our choice. And as of right now, we're a little over 300 people.
Jeez.
So it's going to be a good chunk of change for the charity and the winner. So if you're interested in the Dumb Zone Knockout League, just pick one winner a week.
I have a charity idea, but I should probably say it off the air, right? Because I think I know who we're going to use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've mentioned it before.
All right. So yeah, just wanted
The
to
NRA.
wanted to mention it on the show before we get going. The league will lock Thursday at 7.
How do you get in now?
You need to Venmo us at the Dumb Zone on Venmo. I will get your email from there. Put your email in the note, and upon payment, you'll get an email for an invite. And yeah, it's pretty easy. The website is pretty slick.
So does the winner get money?
Yeah.
Or is all goes to charity?
No,
Oh, okay.
It's a 50-50. So whatever it ends up being,
Oh, nice.
the winner will get half of that, and then the other half will go to charity.
Okay.
So if you're interested, Venmo at the Dumb Zone. Send me your email, and we'll get you.
Can
in
I
it.
play and win or no?
Yeah, the three of us are going to be in it.
We probably can't win now.
I'm not playing.
Well, if we win, then we donate all of it to charity.
I'm in so many. I'm in
I
like
know.
4 different knockout leagues right now, so I was trying to figure out. And I see the one I'm in that you're sponsoring, just you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a common, like a Google Sheet or something, and if I put mine in there now, you guys will all know who I'm picking.
Yeah. You can wait if you want.
I think I'm going to wait.
Okay.
Where people are going to fade you.
Okay. You're going to be one
It's
of.
a really tough weekend
It is.
because
Dude,
it's
what
like
about a Friday night?
every shitty
Is that
game,
weird?
Don't love it.
every bad game, every bad team is playing like a bad team.
Yeah.
The Bengals are a popular choice because they're at home against the Patriots.
A Patriota.
Right.
But other
But you
than
still
that,
got Burrow coming off that injury.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
what is Jamar Chase doing?
What is Jamar Chase do? So you're
Not
like, oh, okay,
practicing.
Carolina, they're terrible. Oh, wait, they play New Orleans. You know?
Okay.
Pittsburgh, they're
can,
not t-
Can we do
Atlanta.
NFL in a minute?
Minnesota and the Giants.
Right.
Yeah, tough week.
Okay, so Friday, I went to go see our good friends in the Quaker City Nighthawks.
Oh, did you nap?
I did.
Nice.
I did for
Friday
like an hour and a
afternoon
half.
nap.
Yeah. Never had to have the kids back. Jorts, Sam Anderson. It was a great time. Very, very fun. Saturday, hit up the old Botanic Gardens, Dan. I think you're familiar.
Is that what it's called? Oh, Grapevine.
I think that's what they call it.
Okay.
You know, over by like that community center, whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking of what's the garden, the flower place in Dallas?
Arboretum?
Yeah, the Arboretum.
The Arboretum, and then there's like an actual Botanic Gardens in Fort Worth. We didn't do either one of those.
Okay.
So,
They've got everything you need right here in Grapevine.
right
folks.
here. That's right.
9/11
Sunday.
Memorial.
That's right. Sunday, did a kid pool party. Gonna have to make fun of this, even though I really like the people. Not a fan of putting the class of 2037 sign out front.
It's.
Don't like it.
No.
Got a couple in the neighborhood right here, Dan.
I remember long ago thinking, my God, class of 2020. That's
Why put it out?
that'll never happen.
We know you're just gonna graduate high school. Not a big deal.
Most do.
not a huge achievement. And then yesterday we went to I think it's called like what is it called, Dan? Overmere or something mere? There's like a trail that runs by the park. And it's like in between like where we live and like Dove Loop. Meadowmere?
Yeah, Meadowmere Park.
Okay. So we go there. It's a 2.5 mile loop. Great time. I didn't lock my car.
No way.
What does that mean?
My wife's wallet got stolen.
Oh.
Like it was lying out?
Floorboard.
Damn. So people still.
In the purse. And my wallet was in there. We got in the car and she was like, yo, this is weird. I got a fraud thing from Discover for $928 at Walmart. I was like, well, just hit no. It's no big deal. And then we started driving home. She's like, I don't know where my wallet is. And I'm like, well, mine's right here. She said, did you lock the car? And I said, no, I didn't think about it. And then she got
What's
two
that
more-
about?
You know, I just don't, I don't know. Like, I don't think about it.
That's really weird. Why?
Like, if I'm at a,
If I'm walking into the gas station, I lock my car. If I'm
don't.
pumping gas, I lock my car.
well, obviously you're right, but I just don't think about it. Like, I'm at a park in Southlake.
Like if I'm
it's
going
Sunday,
to your house.
or Sunday, I say Sunday.
I'm in your
it was
driveway.
Monday.
I'll lock my car.
I just don't think about it.
And I got to hear it beep, too. Don't like that my daughter doesn't want to hear it beep. She's like, oh,
She'll
no,
just
I
push it
locked
once?
Yeah, I got to hear it. Got to hear it beep.
The honk. I just don't think about it, which obviously, like I'm admitting, foolish. But I just do not think about, like, in a decent neighborhood, locking my car.
If indeed it was stolen. So why the whole purse wasn't stolen?
And why did they not take mine? Is that what you were going to say?
Why didn't they take the whole purse? Why didn't they take yours? That sounds to me like a misplaced wallet.
Dude, you wouldn't have 3, like, notices from credit card companies.
Well, but, like, there's no chance that she lost it somewhere else?
I don't think so.
Like, you left the house and she had it in there? She's sure?
Now, if she were me, she would have a tile. And be able to immediately
my tile
locate
ran out of
this.
battery so long ago.
But all your cards are still in there?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking if you didn't steal
Doesn't
the whole,
make sense.
If you didn't steal the whole purse, I wonder if that buys you a little bit of time.
Because my wife, a couple weeks ago, comes home. She's all after the ladies' night or something. I think someone stole my credit card. Oh, really?
How do you steal a credit card?
I can't find it. I had my purse. It was hanging on the back of my chair, and this drunk lady kept coming up to our table and blah, blah, blah. And she's had this big story. She gets home. She's like, what should I do? I go, I don't know. Nothing. Just wait. Just see.
Right.
And she's like, no. And she calls the restaurant, and they didn't have it. And she calls her friend or whatever, and she had her purse, but she didn't have her credit card. And she's like, man, this drunk lady. And then she called the police, said, there was this drunk lady. So she's filing a report. She's bringing it up here like, okay, should I? And it was like, 11 at night. And I'm like, I'm about to go to bed. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. I got my own stuff going on here.
Is there a time of day
where I do want to deal with anything? Yeah. No, anyway, but then and then, so she canceled the credit card. She did all this stuff. And I'm like, hey, you should kind of wait until you'll get a charge alert or something. Just keep an eye on that. Just go online and keep an eye on it. It was under her seat in the car, like under a thing. So
yeah, but I feel like once you get to the second and then third charge.
Well, obviously, then somebody has her stuff.
Yeah.
But my point is only the logical. Hey, let's wait and see if something happened. Okay, something did happen. Now, let's follow this more logically. Why would someone reach into the car, just take one purse or one wallet from a purse which has another wallet? Why wouldn't they just take the whole purse? Why wouldn't they pull out a couple credit cards and just take that? I don't know. It just doesn't logically make sense.
Yeah.
She obviously lost it. But is it your fault? I'm just trying to help you.
Yeah, thank you. That would have been helpful yesterday. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, you can go on, your banking website and see that they tried 3 different times.
Yeah.
They tried like a $15 charge. And that one went through. So then they tried $500 and then $900. So, anyways, that was probably my fault. I just don't think about it, dude. I remember I heard Bob talk about this on the air a couple weeks ago, and it's like he was like, I lock my car every time I go anywhere. I don't. I just don't.
Yeah, if I'm running into the gas station, I won't. I'm
not paying these taxes to lock my car.
I'll leave the car running sometimes.
100%. Do you leave your car running when you pump gas?
No. My dad does that, and that scares me.
I don't do it. I don't want it to blow up.
I know, but there's no way, right?
They're blowing up as often as boys are becoming girls and dominating women's sports. It's absolutely not happening, but still. Yeah. That's the one that'll get me to the ballot box. Stop all these exploding cars. You have to come up with something that no one's actually doing.
But it's so funny, though, when your wife is dealing with something like that and you're like, man, I'm sorry. But then you're like, not really much I can do about it.
Yeah. Well,
don't know what to tell you.
But if it's her whole wallet, that's a real beating if it's the license and everything.
He's separate finances guy, so he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was way more than that because then she was like, oh, and this is one that I sort of won. She was like, oh, I have a picture from my grandmother's funeral in there. And I was like, well, I mean, she's still dead. And then she was like, I have some notes from you in there. And I'm like, I do not remember writing
in a wallet?
a single note.
I guess women's wallets are giant.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
And they put sentimental stuff in there.
It still doesn't make sense. She had a whole purse, and you had a wallet. I feel like she left that wallet somewhere else, but I don't know where.
The weird thing is that she had sprayed perfume on it and had like a hiked skirt drawing like on the wallet. Like, why was she leaving the wallet right there to be taken? Is my point.
What is she trying to cover up? We'll get to the bottom of this.
You think so? Okay.
No.
We will. So, when I left you guys, I don't know if I told you, but I did kind of tell you that I was pricing iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I saw you looking over at my phone to see what I got here.
Oh, okay.
So I was pricing iPhones. Remember we talked about I could get because I have an iPhone 12 mini. Now 13 apparently is the last year they made the mini, which is the normal. And now the Giant
it's
is
the mini.
called the
They
normal.
call it mini.
Everybody that has a lady Giant phone now, those are the normal. It's just like kids when I was growing up. Whatever is the small size at McDonald's used to be the large. Like everything now has to be bigger. So I'm pricing it. It's like, that's $1,000, and I know you can. It's not $1,000 because it's just going to be so much a month for 3 years or whatever. But it's still $1,000 in the end. And so I was about to hit go on it, and I wanted to pick it up like that night. But the pickup time was like too late. I didn't want to go out and get dinner and then come back and then go out again.
Yeah.
So I decided, you know what? I'm just not going to hit go right now. And I woke up and decided, you know what? I'm going to just do the battery bit. So you can just get a new battery. Because that's the only problem with this. Everything else is perfect. It's that the battery...
It is small.
The battery runs out. And so, for $90, you can set up an Apple Store thing, but you have to drop off your phone.
Uh-oh. Did you like
And I can't tell you
how naked you
how
felt.
weird going an hour and a half without a phone is.
Yeah.
Like, I thought, during it, I thought I was in the middle of a, this could be a screenplay or a TV pilot. The guy that was without his phone for an hour. And, so ahead of time, I had to call my wife because I'm going to pick up dinner while I'm out. And then she doesn't answer. So then I'm thinking, well, I guess she's just going to get whatever I pick up.
Yeah.
I then had to go to the gym. So ahead of time, I had to print out I have an app that Max, my trainer, puts a workout in for me. So I printed out each thing so I could see what I did last time, and then...
You did not.
Yeah. So I'm carrying around 4 pieces of paper in the gym. 5. We have 5 training stations.
You printed it. Just remember, dog.
Dude, I do a lot of different stuff.
No, you don't.
Couldn't use the app to order dinner.
Why are you
so
not reacting to this, Blake?
You don't just remember. You can't remember. I got a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
Max
he's
puts
got a
in
lot
different
of
stuff in there.
Sets and reps and stuff.
To remember what I did last time, I want to equal that or better it.
If he's got 5 or 6 things, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
You see people with the notebooks
I got 4
all the
reps
time.
of 5 things. Yeah. Oh, I brought a pen too, so I could check them off.
Yeah.
But I had to screenshot it and then send it to my computer and then print it.
Jesus Christ. It's not good.
So now I don't have headphones when I'm working out, so I can't listen to a podcast or my own music.
That's
so
a
I'm hearing
problem.
the club techno music that 24 Hour Fitness puts in there.
24.
I'm concerned that my steps aren't being counted because that's all I do nowadays is count my steps. Had to sign into the gym manually. It was just, I don't know, dude.
Beating.
You guys just don't understand what I went through for this hour and a half.
Hero.
And then then the sweaty nose ring guy that was bringing the phone out to me, I hugged him.
Of course.
Said thank you. And yeah, now the battery's up and flying, boys. We can go to the Louvre. When I was at the Louvre, it ran out of battery.
Yeah, that's a interesting thing. I don't know if Brooks is there yet, Blake, but the kid will just take my phone.
Mm-mm.
And then, like, getting it back is obviously like a massive operation.
No.
Typically, I'm locked out for like an hour. If you call me and I don't answer, it's because I can't.
No, I was
Because if they mash the passcode enough times,
Yeah.
you will be locked out of your phone.
No, and that's what I was afraid of. So we've never allowed that.
We don't allow it a lot, but on the way to school now, she's got the phone. Yeah. But I don't have to work out without music or podcast, so that sounds tragic. Frankly.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah. That's tough. Especially with the NFL coming up.
With the NFL coming up, that leads us right into NFL Talk, which is brought to you today by Early Bird CBD.
Yes, sir.
What can you tell us about that?
I can tell you that if you want to go see a band play,
Perfect.
perhaps your friends in Quaker City Nighthawks, Early Bird CBD will help you enjoy that, because these are not necessarily the type of gummies that you want to take if you're trying to pass a drug test. But if you are trying to have a good time, you're trying to relax, Early Bird CBD can do that for you. They have 2.5 milligrams of THC in each one of those gummies. Take one, Blake. Take one.
Yeah, good for fantasy football drafts when your friends are over, too.
There you go.
Don't have to hammer your 2, 3, 6, 10 beers. Just have an Early Bird CBD gummy. And all the flavors are good, by the way.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's not for sleep, right? But it could help you for that.
Could.
Yeah.
Could.
I think of it as taking the edge off after a long day.
Sure.
But yeah, actual THC and CBD, right? So they kind of combine it together.
Yes, sir.
What is the call to action? Why can I not find that?
Well, because I can.
Oh.
Just go to earlybirdcbd.com. That is earlybirdcbd.com. Enter the code DUMBZONE. That is a discount code good for 20% off at earlybirdcbd.com. You got about another month, maybe 3 weeks to do that. It's good stuff. They taste good. Too good, to be honest. So just start with one.
So yeah, I want to do big NFL blowout preview.
Gaping?
I'm so gaping NFL preview. I'm so into football right now just because I got the fantasy draft done. Kind of just got all my stuff laid out. I'm organized with all the knockout leagues, all the gambling things we're doing throughout the year.
You know what's weird to me about you? You're not that into college football.
Not that into college football at all.
It's because he's not in the fantasy league or knockout league.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not either. But, I mean, dude, I could not get enough this weekend.
I mean, I also didn't grow up here. And I think growing up here is a different animal.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with college football in my life. Ohio State was not in my life. It was around. But it was Ohio State, Michigan was the big thing when I grew up in Cleveland. But there was no real local team to get you excited. Whereas here, there seems to be left and right. Like even the local teams you might get into.
And even if you're not into one of them, you know plenty of people who are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't...
Everybody has an identity.
Yeah, or, like, you know someone who does, right? So,
but even if you didn't go there, like, identify you with Texas. Identify him with TCU. Or North Texas.
or Texas.
Anyway. But... I'm fired up by the NFL. What?
I was going to say it was weird for me because I've been working college football games for about a decade, just being home on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I was just parked in front of the couch at 3 o'clock and just there were no good games. Like Miami beat the hell out of Florida. Texas
that
is running
not
it up.
true.
And not until Saturday night was there a good game.
There were some sprinkled throughout. But yes, Saturday night was great. Sunday night was great. Monday was great.
You're not in the Jared League, are you?
No.
Interesting. I'm in that picking league. Because I was searching names to see if you were in it.
College?
See how I'm doing against. There's college and pro picks,
Oh, okay.
but the first week was this week, and we had to pick 10 games.
Anyways, yeah,
Anyway.
I know it's not your bit, but to me, this weekend felt like football season, for sure. I mean, I got unintelligible Corso. Do you want to hear some of that?
Sure. Yeah, I saw him run out in a leprechaun outfit, and
Saban is
McAfee
there.
ripped his shirt off,
Yeah.
and Johnny Manziel was making picks.
Johnny Manziel was there. All right, let's just go.
What a morning in College Station, and what a way to get things started. The first full Saturday of the college football season. Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, Desmond Howard, Pat McAfee, Nick Saban, and delighted to be back with the great Lee Corso.
Thanks, man.
Okay, he'll certainly nail this intro. We introduced everyone else. We're delighted to be back with the great Lee Corso.
I am starting my 38th year here at ESPN.
Wow.
And thank God I've been well enough to come back and do it again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, baby. Welcome home, Coach.
I'm sorry, what?
I think well enough.
ESPN.
Wow.
And thank God I've been well enough to come back and do it again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, baby. Welcome home, Coach.
Well enough to come back to game day to do it again.
It didn't get better.
I know Twitter was alive with Herbie's dog.
Ben?
Yeah.
He was in the booth,
He was in the booth.
and he's on the RV.
Yeah.
He's on the private jet. Like, enough.
Can we criticize that, yet still, tell Haralabob his bit's cool? Because he does everything with his dog.
Yes.
Okay. Then let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm happy to do so.
And I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Herbie and Ben cloaked themselves in some sort of a troops thing.
Yeah.
If it hasn't happened already,
Can I get pre-mad about something?
go forth.
I'm going to be really upset the week that Herbie takes off because Ben died.
Ooh.
He is setting that up. Because I think Ben's got some problems, right?
He's definitely got some years.
He's got, leukemia or something.
Yeah. Or whatever.
So keep laughing at that, Jake.
Fair enough.
All right, NFL.
Yep.
Yes. Let's go through the AFC and then the NFC. And I will start us with the AFC East, which I think is a fascinating division, just in the sense that, I don't know, in theory this could be a 3-playoff team division. You've got Buffalo, who now kind of you got Josh Allen alone, right? You could say Dalton Kincaid is a weapon, but he lost Diggs. They lost their 2 top receivers, I believe.
Kincaid's a baller, though.
Yeah.
Really, what they're trying to figure out is he Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, and he's commonly thought of as the second best quarterback in the game.
Yeah, so, can you have a great security blanket? Not to say that Kincaid is Kelsey, but I think that's what they're hoping. Can he kind of make it work without having to have your Tyreek Hill a la Stephon Diggs? The weirdest thing to me about this division is something I realized this morning. Did you guys know Odell Beckham was on the Dolphins?
Yeah. Only because I play with him in Madden.
Because I completely missed that.
I think that's.
And I mean, he's on PUP right now.
Yeah, I don't think that means anything.
It was just a weird note.
It's been a long
like,
time since
okay.
he's really been.
He's got to be 33.
Yeah.
32, something like that. And it was just like, okay.
I think the Jets are fascinating.
Yeah.
Why?
They were 7-9 last year. After Aaron Rodgers gets hurt in Game 1 or Series 1, right? It was real early.
Play
2?
Yeah.
With Zach Wilson, Trevor Siemian, and Tim Boyle. Zach Wilson is now the third-string quarterback on the Broncos.
Yeah.
Behind Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham. So that's kind of a ripe team. They got a lot of talent all over the place. They're kind of a ripe team to say, boy, we were a quarterback away from kind of, being pretty good. Now, the only thing is, Aaron Rodgers is 40, going to turn 41 this season. And he hasn't been Aaron Rodgers in a few years. And we just don't know. We have no idea what he's going to be. But if he's anything close to what he was a couple of years ago, they could be right in the mix. And then the Dolphins. My concern with the Dolphins is, it feels to me, this is all vibes type thing, like they have a mission accomplished banner hanging up for Tua because he got his contract. Mike McDaniel went to management and kind of really pushed for this to get done and not become a distraction. See, Cowboys. Which I can't see, Mike McCarthy ever doing. Also, there's been a lot of stuff this offseason about the banner has been hung for Tua as a legit quarterback. He not only got paid, but, we were talking all those stories about how he didn't have any confidence under Brian Flores because he was all mean and yelling at him and stuff. And Mike McDaniel builds him up and all. So it's kind of like, hey, see what we've done? See, I'm here. I think they were 1-6 or 1-7 against playoff teams last year.
Yeah.
They were really it was really up and down. They're very exciting, but they are one of the teams that made the playoffs last year that I'm picking to not make the playoffs this year.
Whoa.
Also to remember going into last season, the big concern was his concussions and him able to stay healthy. Well, he pretty much stayed healthy, but I don't know. I think that's still lingering out there. So, and
Didn't
then of
they
course,
end up with a pretty good backup? Who's their backup, Blake?
backup quarterback?
That I don't know. I know they loaded up on pass rushers.
Well, Skylar Thompson. I thought they had a pretty decent one last year. But no, you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, they go as far as he can take them. But what's weird about them is that they have a hard time closing out games, but they're a team that wants to run the ball. Like a lot of times, teams that have a hard time closing out games, it's because they're over-leveraged on throwing. Whereas like the Dolphins, I mean, Mike McDaniel is the 49ers run game coordinator. Like they want to run the ball, but
and
they
A-Chain was great before he got hurt.
They had
Or
multiple.
A-Chan.
I think we were told to call him A-Chain.
I like A-Chain. That sounds a lot cooler.
But yeah, I can't pick against them to make the playoffs. I mean, the Patriots are a abject failure.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you lost Belichick, you got Jared Mayo, but I don't know what they got. So I just have
what they have is that they're not starting their first round pick from last year.
Yeah, and
They're
Gerard
starting
Mayo.
Jacoby Brissett.
Gerard Mayo is, I feel like, trying to do Belichick, where he's like, we're starting our best quarterback, when clearly Drake May is the future, and he's
hasn't earned it.
Yeah, he's doing that whole thing.
Yeah, well, that'll be pretty short-lived, I would imagine, because pretty soon they'll just realize, hey, this is certainly a rebuilding year, if not one of the first couple of rebuilding years we have.
What's weird is I don't really know like that much about what happens to that franchise when he dies.
Kraft?
Everybody talks about Jerry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, do they sell?
I think it goes to that massage place. I think they'll be running it.
Orchids of Asia.
Yeah. So I have the Bills and the Jets in the playoffs.
Man, I really like Miami.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. AFC North. This is last year 3 playoff teams. Of course, you got the Ravens. They've added Derrick Henry, and they always have Lamar as Lamar. So I don't know. Got to feel pretty good about that. Harbaugh. The Bengals. Is Burrow healthy? Is Jamar Chase happy? Those are 2 big questions that you have to worry about throughout the season, I think. The Browns. I don't know what the Browns are. Deshaun Watson, I believe, was 5-1 last year when he did play, but I don't think he was knocking anyone's socks off, and that could be one of the all-time worst trades. We're going to get to Carolina in a little bit, but just, the looming, is this the worst trade you've ever seen? Deshaun Watson has to be up there right now. Nick Chubb is hurt, so I don't know what to make of them. And then the Steelers, I can't believe they made the playoffs. I mean, Mike Tomlin is awesome. You would have to think Russell Wilson or Justin Fields would make them better. They got some T.J. Watt was hurt last year as well. He'll be back. But they somehow made the playoffs with a negative point differential. And I don't know, man. That just can't continue. I only have the Ravens making the playoffs from the NFC North.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose as we narrow down these teams, I'm going to run out of spots, but because it's not like I can put no one from the AFC South in. I don't know. I still feel like Cincinnati's a pretty good squad, but Pittsburgh is. Don't you feel like sometimes like the reason that Mike Tomlin doesn't get fired is because he is the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Like,
yeah, they certainly are not
I think he's solid.
Yeah,
right.
But when's the last time like they won a playoff game? It's probably been a decade.
Yeah. And I mean, they've got the whole, like, we've had 3 head coaches in 30 years thing.
Right.
So
it's a good bit.
You're sort of locked in on that front.
AFC South. Love the Texans.
Yeah, what's not to love? I mean, they're a fun team.
Love
They're
C.J.
a very
Stroud.
fun team.
They added Diggs. You have one team's future.
Texans or Cowboys?
Yeah.
Texans.
You want Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's just so much turnover in teams that make the playoffs year to year. I don't know. Maybe it's just because everyone is so high on them that I don't know yet. But maybe there is a sophomore slump coming for D'Amico and C.J. Stroud.
Well, they get to play in that division.
That helps. But now they have a first-place schedule.
That's also
First
true.
place schedule.
So you're playing Kansas City, Baltimore, and Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Indianapolis to make that. I like the Texans to make the playoffs, but I also like Indianapolis to make the playoffs.
I like AR.
Yeah.
I really
Really?
do. Yeah. I think he's I don't know.
Can he stay healthy? That's
Playing
the thing.
that way? Probably not.
But if he does, I really like him too. They don't have the off-the-field stuff with Jonathan Taylor this year.
Yeah, and then you have Jacksonville, which is crazy because we're talking about a team that we consider to be like 15th or 16th in the NFL at best, and you would say they have a franchise quarterback. Like, the talent just dispersed across the league is it's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jacksonville's probably not a playoff team, and they have Trevor effing Lawrence. Like, would you trade Trevor Lawrence for Dak right now?
I don't think so.
Oh, I would.
Yeah, based on age for sure, right?
I mean, I could leave the age out of it and just say talent.
Yeah, they did not make the playoffs last year. I do not have them making the playoffs. I have Houston and the Colts. And the Titans are terrible. I don't know why they got rid of Vrabel because I thought he was Tomlin-like, just in that he's solid and he gets more out of you than anyone else could.
Yeah.
They have hired Brian Callahan. Do you know that Brian Callahan is the son of the former Raiders head coach, Bill Callahan?
And Cowboys offensive line coach, and I want to say maybe brief interim offensive coordinator.
Okay, well, but he's actually worked his way up.
Grinded. Yep.
And he's going to try and figure out how to do something with Will Levis and Tony Pollard leading your way in the backfield.
Don't forget Najee.
So I don't feel great about them.
Oh, Tajay Spears?
Did I say Tajay or did I say Najee?
Najee Harris, yeah.
Tajay. He was a great player in
And
college.
they signed Calvin Ridley. They still have Hopkins, and they signed Tyler Boyd as well. So maybe. But I think you're right. Levis kind of spares me.
And the AFC West, I think Kansas City's going to be on a mission this year because they are going for the three-peat, because I feel like this could be it for Travis Kelce. I mean, we're right there at the end, right? His brother just retired, and now maybe this will be his. Because Patrick Mahomes, I mean, he started in Brady's shadow. Certainly was beaten by Brady in the Super Bowl. And so right now, it's kind of like, what can you can probably never do anything to be better than Tom Brady
Except
at something.
For this.
But you could three-peat. And if you three-peat, to be the first one, how many Super Bowls have there been? 50-some? 60 almost? They're not 60 yet, right?
Almost.
The point is, that's a lot of years to never have something happen. The Steelers teams back in the 70s, when there wasn't parity, you could dominate forever. No one ever did that. To be able to three-peat would be such a huge, huge thing, and that's why I think they're on a mission this year for that. Maybe Andy Reid steps aside if they do it. This could be the year for the Chiefs. So I'm very, very high on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean,
how can you not be?
Well, how can you not be? But Xavier Worthy is a freak show. Like, they went and got him like a guy who runs a 4.3.
And they traded for Hollywood Brown.
Let Kadarius Toney go.
Yeah, he was expendable. They brought back Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, he has a lot of weapons.
The Xavier Worthy thing almost feels like a few years ago when they drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I was not a fan of that move at the time, but I could definitely understand what they were doing. It was like, okay, well, we already have this guy, the best player in the league. Let's just go get him skill guys. And the Edwards-Helaire thing didn't really work out, but Xavier Worthy is like a freak of nature. And, like, what if we just put as many talented, fast dudes around this guy as possible? I don't know. I have a hard time seeing them lose more than 4 games.
The LA Chargers are my other playoff team, my final one from the East and the second from the West. I really think Harbaugh replacing Brandon Staley is going to be like Bill Parcells replacing Dave Campo. I think you just got a guy. It's the exact opposite. A guy who's been there before, who knows exactly what he's doing. This is the system. This is the way we do things. It's weird. He'll take attention off of players because of him, and I think that's a positive in that way. I just think the football coach means more than a coach in any other sport.
I agree.
And I think that's going to be enough to at least get the Chargers into the playoff. There's 7 teams now. It's hard to talk I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to find that 7th team even. Should that team be in the playoffs? But I don't know. I think it's going to be big.
Yeah, I just wonder, we talk about it with certain athletes, the way that their mindset changes. Who are we talking about recently? It was like a millennial athlete. I just wonder, as the years progress, how much Harbaugh's message lands. Right?
I still think, though, he just won the national championship last year.
And those are the youngest players you can find, right?
But look at the skins on the wall. This is a guy, he walks in the room and he has done it. I will listen to what he says.
Yeah.
It's worked everywhere he's been. So I think that brings a lot.
They just had a lot of turnover offensively because they lost Keenan Allen, lost Mike Williams, lost Austin Eckler, and lost Gerald Everett. So it's going to be a new offense around Herbert.
That's clearly what they're betting on.
Well, yeah. So I guess a change-up is.
And he just got paid, right?
Herbert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the move where you're like, all right, well, we're going to give you $300 million. Figure it out.
He's certainly Dak West, just in this thought of
Which is funny because we used to call Rivers
Yeah.
Romo West.
Yeah. But it just rated although he's been rated higher than Dak all the time.
Sure.
And has never really done anything like even getting to the playoffs as much as Dak, but
Give it time.
the Broncos are still digging out of the Russell Wilson situation. That's no longer the worst trade ever. I'm going to show you Carolina and I believe Deshaun Watson, but still really bad.
Not good.
Not good at all. When you add it all together too, that they kind of paid him right after they got him too.
Yeah.
So it's Sean Payton. You got Bo Nix. It's certainly rebuilding. Oakland, they're rebuilding, but also without the Bo Nix. Like they just they're riding with Gardner Minshew, and it wasn't like he's the clear-cut number one. Apparently, it was a real battle between him and Aiden O'Connell in training camp. So, although I love me some Gardner Minshew, love everything about him. As a backup quarterback, I would love him to be my backup quarterback. They got some talent. They still got Devontae Adams, but he might be a guy they end up trading by the deadline.
Dude, if you watch that receiver show, it feels like they're trading him.
Oh, really?
And I mean, it's a cherry-picked documentary, but I watched 3 or 4 episodes of that whenever we were at camp, and he is outwardly unhappy, which, it's a receiver, so that can happen, blah, 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 but he doesn't seem to be thrilled about playing for Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew.
Well,
even though he's doing it for $33 million a year.
He left Green Bay, left Rodgers to go play with his buddy Derek Carr.
Right.
And then
they immediately dealt him.
And I think he stuck around in the hopes that either Brady or Rodgers would go there.
Yeah.
Neither did. And so, yeah, he's just stuck.
Aiden O'Connell sounds like a VJ. He just spins Total Request Live or something.
Hey, AOC here.
So in the NFC, I would like to push NFC East talk, like getting really into every team to tomorrow.
What a tease.
But I will say, I'll give you my playoff teams and take yours. I like the Cowboys and the Eagles. I think the Cowboys feel mission accomplishy a little bit, and they do keep talking about as if they are already in the playoffs. And so I want to envision a scenario that the Cowboys, I've seen this happen so many times in the past. How do they not make the playoffs? And I'm trying to find that out. I tried to do it. I tried to say, all right, the Cowboys won't be in the playoffs. So let me pick 7 other ones.
That you feel better about? Yeah, and you can't.
I got 5 pretty easy that I like. But, well, actually 4 pretty easy. And then my other ones that I put in are not. But, yeah, I just can't. I can't find a way. They're too talented.
Yeah.
I really think they are. I think even if Dak got hurt, the quarterback injury is always the worst thing. I still think they can squeak in. So that's why I like that. Like I said, let's kind of really get more into the Cowboys and the whole NFC East tomorrow. So we can roll through and try to get this all done today. The best division in football, I believe, is going to be the NFC North. Of course, the Lions. Everybody's darling.
When have you ever been able to say that?
And why not? On the cusp of the Super Bowl last year, kind of feels like this might be their year. A lot of people around the Lions.
Yeah, they had a very perfect trajectory. I remember when we used to have Joel Klatt on the show, and he would describe the trajectory of a college football team and say, like, lose by a lot, lose by a little, win by a little, win by a lot. And if you look at the way the Lions have been over the last, really since like the start of the Dan Campbell tenure, I don't know, they might have won like 2 or 3 games the first year, but they were super close.
Yeah.
In like 7 or 8 other games. And then they won like half those games. And then they started winning more of those games. Do you remember the game a couple years ago, year before last, where they won in like week 17 or 18 to keep the Packers out of the playoffs?
Yes.
And it was like their Super Bowl?
Yeah.
On the
2 years
road?
ago, right?
Yeah.
On the road, yeah. that felt like a huge moment for the Detroit Lions. It was like, all right, this is a playoff game for us.
Yeah.
And then they go to the next year, and now they feel like they should win. So, I know they're everyone's darlings, so they'll probably go 6-11. But I don't know. I feel like they have the mentality, and they have a very solid roster.
Yeah. Obviously, we love Dan Campbell. Everybody loves Dan Campbell, but I do think a head coach is a big deal. And okay, Packers. Interesting team.
Yeah, I mean, it's
they grew into themselves last year. Like by the end of the year, they're destroying the Cowboys in the playoffs, and they're giving their quarterback more money than anyone's ever had before.
Yeah, it's tough to pick against them when they just put 48 on the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And played the 49ers really close.
Played them really close. And, what's not to love about their head coach? So, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to make this at least a 2, if not 3 playoff team division.
I'm making it 3 because I got Lions, Packers, and Bears. And I said to myself, why Caleb Williams, not so sure. Rookie quarterbacks making the playoffs? Well, C.J. Stroud did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy did. I forgot. Mac Jones did.
What?
Yeah. I think they went either 8-9 or 9-8.
If you want to go back, Lamar, Dak, RG3, Andy Dalton, Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson. Rookie quarterbacks can make the playoffs. Now, will they do anything there? Don't know.
And, I mean, how many of those could you even list that had the top 3 receivers that the Bears have?
And that's the thing. Now you look, if a rookie quarterback walks into the right situation, Brock Purdy, Dak
for sure.
Both walked into some pretty good situations. And then you'd have to say, Caleb Williams, really a lot more pedigree than those 2 guys for sure, who had to walk into perfect situations.
I would say than anyone you just listed.
Dude, yeah, he's more of an Andrew Luck-ish
people
guy
forget,
you were talking about for years.
He was Andrew Luck. He was Trevor Lawrence. People forget, since 8th grade, people who care have been talking about Caleb Williams. He is that guy. Yes, he paints his nails. Yes, he has a gay backpack.
These are the things against him, but those are
Dude, he's Patrick Mahomes. He is a wizard with the ball in his hands. He's one of the best athletes who has ever played this sport. He's going to be good. And they have a good team around him.
Like I said, best division in football, they're also going to beat up on each other, those guys, a little bit. But they'll all beat up on Minnesota, who I can't see winning a game in the division. They do have Justin Jefferson back, but they are starting Sam Darnold. They're kind of a mess.
Sam Darnold is the ultimate, maybe I'll believe in it this year. There's going to be somebody in your fantasy league that's maybe. Because it's you see it.
Well, I don't know if anybody's
a quarter.
If Sam Darnold is starting any fantasy team.
Well, I just mean as a backup.
Yeah.
If somebody's going to be this is the year that Sam Darnold might be okay because he has talent.
Yeah.
And he's got Jed, but
I believe the worst division in football is the NFC South.
It feels like it's been that way for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one where I have the Falcons making the playoffs. Did you know the Falcons in Vegas have the 4th best odds to make the playoffs?
That does not say much about the NFC South.
Doesn't? Yes, I couldn't compute that at first. When looking at the odds to make the playoffs, I was thinking of it as best teams.
Huh.
I'm like, wait, the Falcons are they're right there behind, whatever, obviously Kansas City, but
that's just a commentary on Kirk over Baker.
Yes. So now they have Cousins, they got Bijan, they got Pitts, Cousins kind of holding the spot for Penix, they would think. Of course, if you're a Baker guy, which we all want to be, you don't tell Baker the odds. Baker will.
Or you do, and you inflate them even worse. Yeah.
But anyway, I still don't think, even though I'm a believer in Baker, who no one else believes in him. I picked the Falcons because you also gotta, you have to do the old bit where you have to try and pick a few teams that made it last year to not make it, and that's an easy easy pick with Tampa Bay.
But as much as a Baker hater as I can be, Baker's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins.
I think so.
I would take him right now. If I had to play one season right now, all things held equal, the team is a 0, not a plus, not a minus, I would take Baker Mayfield over Kirk Cousins. Now, he's going to end up making a fifth of the money.
Yeah.
But I think he gives you a better chance to win. I know exactly what I'm going to get with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, solid.
Solid, but Baker can give me solid plus. He might give me solid
minus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why am I picking Atlanta instead? Well, then we go now to the some teams have to not make it, and you got that first place schedule thing. So
yeah,
Tampa's now going to have that first place schedule. They're both going to get to beat up on the Saints and the Panthers. Saints, Derek Carr.
It's not going to be Derek Carr
by the end of the season.
Rattler?
Spencer time.
Man, they finished the season really strong, and I'm kind of a sucker for that kind of thing.
For the Saints?
Yeah. Finished 4-1.
The betting, those who bet would tell you to not fall for that sort of thing.
Yeah, but it's like you mentioned.
It's momentum.
Detroit ends. I was really trying to avoid calling it that, but Detroit has a big win at the end of their season. Then you were talking. It just gives you confidence going into the next year. So I don't know. Their defense is still really good, but I don't know.
And then Carolina, I just saw somebody put it out there like this.
The tweet.
Did you see the tweet where it said they've basically traded Caleb Williams, Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, 3 first-round picks, and 1 second-round pick for Bryce Young, who people are pretty down on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now it's like, he's 5'10".
What about
it
his
used
hands?
to be like, hey, he's 5'10". Look at all he can do, but he's 5. Okay, now it's like, thought of as the worst pick ever. We'll see. DJ Johnson, who apparently was the lowest graded edge by PFF last year, and 2 fifth-round picks.
Yeah. Now, that's across, multiple trades.
But, adding all that kind of stuff up. They got rid of McCaffrey. They got
in aggregate, yeah. And it wouldn't really even matter if Bryce Young was awesome. That's still not a good trade. The picks plus Caleb Williams, that's still not a good trade.
Yeah.
It's horrible. And it was because they have, an owner that got antsy.
My God, he's been terrible ever since he took over with Hard Knocks.
Which is unfortunate because he just had to take over for the guy that had Jeans Friday.
And then in the NFC West, if I had to say the Cowboys aren't going to make the playoffs, the team I would put in would be the Rams, but I took them out. They made the playoffs last year. Didn't they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which in a year when a lot of people thought they could have one of the worst records. But Sean McVay, man, he's good. He's really good. So maybe it's dumb of me to pick against him again. They are losing Aaron Donald.
That's
Cooper
weird,
Kupp,
right?
though, is fully healthy. What do you mean?
Just seeing him in a suit on the sidelines over the last month or so is just, I don't know. He's kind of my generation's Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, he's
been in the
unbelievable.
league for a very long time and defined the position and really that side of the ball for a really long time. And now that I see him, and he doesn't look that old.
No.
I see him now and I'm like, you don't play? I don't know. It's weird to not have Aaron Donald. But do you know where they start week 1?
Where?
Well, who they play?
Who?
Detroit. To let you know that the NFL schedule makers know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, you know that they see that game on, like, the puzzle pieces, and they're like, all right, Stafford Goff, let's go.
Yeah. No,
It's
that's
awesome.
great. Arizona, Kyler, healthy, I guess. I don't know. They've
Never do.
I think they're interesting.
They're always interesting.
they're always
I
interesting.
don't know. Yeah, Gannon and they had their moments last year with Pasternaut at times, and healthy Kyler, Marvin Harrison Jr. is cool.
That is cool.
I don't know.
But then sometimes my iOS won't boot up, and I have to call their coach to come fix my computer. Because to me, that's exactly who he looks like. Like Mike McDaniel, you're looking at him and you're like, all right, well, how do teams fall in line behind this guy? Jonathan Gannon?
Yeah.
If he can do it, we could do it. But, I mean, it's Kyler. They're going to win 7 games.
Seattle has a
At
new
least.
coach.
Super weird also.
He's 36,
Yeah.
Jeez.
if you want to feel like a loser.
Yep.
What's his last name?
McDonald. Mike McDonald. Not Mike McDaniel.
Or Josh McDaniels.
They still have Geno Smith
Mm-hmm.
running that show. And they're probably also kind of a 7-win team-ish. They got some talent.
Yeah, but
They got some receivers. They got a
division,
great
man.
running back.
that division is tough.
Yeah.
You're just going to
And
get
then
beat
San
up on.
Francisco's just stacked. So I think we all still love San Francisco, don't we?
I do. It's just at some point, the music stops.
Is that this year?
I don't know. I
think
Look,
it is as far as making the Super Bowl.
every single week we would come in here on Monday or Tuesday and talk about Brock Purdy, and I'm like, this guy's fake. It's not happening. He's not that good. And then every week he would put up like a 125 quarterback rating. So I guess I could roll that into this year. I still don't think he's that great. But he's also probably about to get $600 million. So, what do I know?
So I have the Bills, Jets, Ravens, Texans, Colts, Chiefs, and Chargers in the AFC. And I have the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, going for that three-peat. Whereas the NFC, Cowboys, Eagles. I gave the Eagles the division title just because of the whole every other year bit.
Which you love.
Bears, Lions, Packers, Falcons, Niners, and I have the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs.
Wow. Middle America on fire.
You guys?
I'll go. I'll take Bills, Dolphins, Bengals, Ravens, Jags, Texans, and the Chiefs. And, of course, I'm going to take the Chiefs as a co-star of
Yeah, as a
commercial.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll take Cowboys, Eagles. I'll take Bears, Lions. I'll take Falcons. And I'll take Rams, Cardinals, Niners. And I guess out of that group...
Boy, you got 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I only have one out of the...
Yeah,
South.
yeah, no, I'm...
Yeah, and so I'll take the Cowboys in the Cowboys Super Bowl at 20-0.
You're putting the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Blake?
You want to expound upon that, or you just...
No, I mean, I was writing this morning, and it is actually crazy that the Cowboys have won 36 games in the last 3 years. It is actually crazy that the only team that has won more, they've won more regular season games than the 49ers.
Cowboys-Chiefs would be a cool story.
Nothing,
From an AFL standpoint, yeah.
Nothing ever changes because nothing ever changes.
I know.
It's the same thing every year.
But it is crazy that they've won that many games and haven't won in the postseason.
Wouldn't it be great if they win the Super Bowl, then Dak walks?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I would take that.
Get Shador.
Yep. AFC, give me Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Ravens, Browns, Texans, Chiefs. I'm on the Chiefs bandwagon. I think they could actually three-peat.
What a bold statement.
No, I just I'm trying to not pick the same Super Bowl team as you guys. I just don't see it. Although I really, really do like Miami this year. NFC: Cowboys, Eagles, Lions, Bears, Falcons, Rams, and 49ers. And for Super Bowl,
No Packers, huh? How about that?
yeah, I don't know.
They just destroyed the Cowboys. They're a real young team, talented,
Yeah,
but okay.
somebody can't make it. Super Bowl.
It's a good point.
Embrace debate.
Cowboys, let's go.
See, I kind of thought you might have thought about this before the show.
I just
When I
I
said,
have an
hey,
idea,
have your
and then I
Super
drive
Bowl
over
picks.
here and think of something else, and then
Okay.
I play Madden, and this team's really good, and I don't know.
Madden's up?
Madden's very good this year.
Oh, wow. Okay, great.
You asked.
All right, sweet.
The Dumbs Up.
Good run defense for Dallas. So you say have you seen much American football at all, Manny?
Yeah.
Have you watched very much? Do you have a favorite team?
Not really.
Manny.
Cowboy.
Yeah, there we go.
Cowboy.
Have you met Jerry Jones?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Cowboys.
Cowboy.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's your answer.
Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah, Los Vaqueros.
Now, Manny, what do you think about the state of Texas? I know you were here obviously to fight before, but what do you think about this state?
Oh, I mean, the people here is very friendly and then very clean place and very nice place.
And I know there's a lot of Pacquiao fans here in Texas and all across the United States. Have you been surprised by the reception that you've gotten from so many fans who just love Manny Pacquiao here?
I'm very surprised that the people. There's a lot of Manny Pacquiao fans here in Dallas, and I'm surprised because this is my second time to fight here in Dallas, and the first time I fought here is I can't believe that the people. There's a lot of people coming to the fight and watch.
Before we let you go, this is really a purely American game. It doesn't translate well into a lot of other foreign countries because of the start and stops. What have you enjoyed about American football tonight as you watch it for the first time?
I'm enjoying because they're grabbing and stopping the guy who running, and they're looking for the ball and watch each other guard.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Yeah, we know. We get it. It's clear what you're saying. I forgot to tell you guys, I also just about done. See that over there? Under that table? Did you guys pack for Cleveland yet?
No.
Why?
I'll pack Thursday morning.
That's ridiculous. Because I wanted to... Because we have to pack, or we have to check,
No puppet.
Equipment. And so I'm trying to keep it cheap and not have checked luggage.
I won't.
You never do, right?
No. Well, international.
Yeah, but just generally you will carry a bag on. So I'll run up and be first in line if I can, and I'll tell them I'm military so I can
Clearly military.
get in. Yeah.
What happened to you?
What unit?
The old boys.
Just
Old Army.
reserve. Oh, and then like the vice president guy. Can I say reserve?
Tim Waltz?
Yeah. Isn't that like a thing? All I know is like headlines of.
That's all you need to know.
Was he in the reserves? Was he not? Did he do something with a gun? I don't know. What do I care?
Yeah, it's an underreported thing. I actually saw a meme about this yesterday. Most of the people in the military
don't what?
Didn't really fight.
Is that like most cops don't fire the gun or something?
Yeah, but I feel like most cops are quick to tell you, hey, whoa, I didn't, I'm a community servant. Whereas I feel like a lot of people in the military are quick to tell you, like,
you're welcome.
Being the boys. I'm not looking at you, Mike Soroy, but I'm looking at you.
Hey, before we do the MBR, we should tell you that Frankel and Frankel has been a great sponsor for us, and they've helped out, I was going to say hundreds, definitely thousands of people, right?
It's got to be thousands.
Thousands of people. They're personal injury lawyers. They say chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies.
Why are they feared?
Well, they actually used to defend said insurance companies, so they have extensive experience to advocate on your behalf.
Yeah, insurance companies at times will try to take advantage of you. Frankel fights for your rights. It's kind of like the old agent. Why do you get an agent? Well, because you got to have somebody fighting for you. This is the big corporation. This is the man. You need somebody to fight the man, and that's what Frankel will do for you.
Let me tell you something. A little bit wet out there today.
Mm-hmm.
Pickup, drop-off line, a little
no.
hectic. Saw 3 or 4 near accidents. Had one of those resulted in an accident, they would call 214-817.
333.
Yeah,
Three.
that's right.
All threes.
Threes.
That's exactly right.
It's a pretty sweet bit.
It is.
When you do give them a call, you'll talk to a partner, not just some spare at the front desk. Well, maybe that spare will pass you on to either Mark or Scott Frankel or Gene Burkett, who's very tall and has some sweet shoes.
Yeah.
So Frankel and Frankel, based in Dallas. Call immediately if you get in a wreck. 214 or 817, all threes. Thank you to Frankel and Frankel. And Burkett.
And Burkett.
Oh, wait a second here. Let me turn up the volume and do this.
It's that time of the month. It's time for the Dumb Zone's monthly business review. And now, the king of all note takers, here's Blake Jones.
Thank you, announcer man. This is our August MBR. We'll look back at some of the patterns and notes for the show. I will do no more resetting, Jake. Instead, let's just hop right into it.
All right.
No good bits, no bad bits, no Dan doing other jobs. So why don't we start with this?
You're going to start with what we're not doing. Go ahead.
I was really just trying to kill some time until I
All
found
right.
this.
I'm having fun.
Things Dan and Jake want.
Okay.
Things that you have said you've wanted on the show. Going all the way back to August 2nd, Jake said he doesn't want new friends. And I think this was Dad's Club related.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to like get together, be friends, hang out, be buddies.
Yeah.
And you're not about that. No new friends.
No, and it's unfortunate because, as I think I said last week on the show, one of my daughter's classmates, her dad's a listener. He's hearing this right now.
What's up, Scro?
Seems like a great guy. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know that I have the mental capacity for too much more on the friend front.
You're maxed out.
You kind of end up you can maybe you won't have this because you're from here and you have other friends and they're
Right.
your age and they have kids that are
Right.
your kids' age.
Right.
But my thing on creating new friends or getting them, even if I didn't want them, was because my kids would be friends with this kid and now we're going to hang out and now I just end up hanging out with their parents, and I did become friends with, I was going to say quite a few, but let's just say a few people.
You go watch UFC.
Go watch some UFC. Go, yeah.
Dude, I mean,
if you're a transient, that's probably more likely that you want to be in a dad's club.
Which is very common here.
Yeah.
Even Sunday, going over to a Nora friend pool party, I just didn't feel like that a part of the team.
Yeah.
One of the moms who had a few was like, "Are you an introvert?"
Oh, I hate when people point out that you're not talking.
And I'm like, nah, I'm just...
And as they get older, because you're going to have to, when they're younger, you can just say, Nora, you're friends with my friends' kids. But then as they get older, they don't always like them.
I know.
And then you're going to have to gravitate to the other people. Yeah.
Probably didn't help that I munched that gummy.
Let's see. August 9th, Dan wants a long-sleeve cowboy shirt. I think you saw McCarthy in one. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, plus I've learned that we shouldn't wear short sleeves in the sun.
Yeah.
For the cancer and stuff.
I got made fun of when I brought this up, but that's fine.
August 20th, Dan wants a marketing team. Dan wants to be cryogenically frozen. You mentioned that twice. And then Dan wants to watch the Todd Rundgren AXS episode.
It's very good.
Did I only say it because Jake said it was very good?
Probably.
Otherwise, I can't see myself saying that I want to watch that.
I'm pretty sure that one is Daryl's house. No?
I don't know.
From Hall & Oates? Hello? Is this thing on?
Mm-hmm.
Explain. I have zero idea what you're talking about.
Daryl's house?
Yeah, what is that?
Although maybe you've told us before.
Yeah. So he had
a YouTube show or something?
No, it was on AXS. Cuban's channel.
Okay. That answered my next question.
And he had like a concert series that he would do at his house in, it's either Hawaii or Malibu, but it's on the beach.
Okay.
It's super, super good. I'm pretty sure like many of your yacht rock faves have done it.
Okay.
Yeah, really
You're
good.
getting me.
August 30th, Jake wants to do a rotating movie of the month.
I stand by that. I think that would be good content for the show. Essentially, it's 4 movies a month for each of us.
A month?
No,
or, excuse me, a year.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah, so like we each give each other one.
But it is one a month, and that's kind of a lot.
You don't have to watch the one that's yours again.
True.
Assuming that you have it pretty committed to memory.
Now, is this high tea?
Doesn't have to be.
Okay.
No, you brought
it could
up
be like a love story like Blake wants to watch?
Yeah, they can be rom-coms. But you brought up something like a week or two ago that I'm like, I've been asking Dan to give me a list of movies for a long time, and they sort of come up like ad hoc as opposed to like you just like writing down a full list.
Let's come up with a schedule then. I'll pull out 4. I'm thinking of one right now.
Me too.
Like, can I do like Goodfellas? Have you seen Goodfellas? You probably have.
I have, but I don't know that I saw it before you told me to.
Has this guy?
Definitely not.
So this is all just for Blake.
I really want you to watch The Big Lebowski.
But then you'll get us to watch Grandma's Boy and whatever else you want us to watch.
Grandma's Boy is good.
There's Dirty Grandpa. No. Let's see. Dan wants to go to a sauna. Dan wants a Madden Cruiser.
I do want to go to a sauna.
I think you said the Madden Cruiser just because
Seems
you like
great.
the RV, right?
Yeah, seems great.
Yeah.
And it's probably air conditioned.
Well, I hope so.
Or our RV was just for a bit of a time.
And then finally, August 26th, Jake wants to hear the RFK Jr. animal stories we haven't heard. Thought that was a good one.
Yeah.
We've only heard the ones that he knew were about to be released.
Right, when he was trying to get in front of something. Cutting off a whale's head with a chainsaw.
Time capsule.
Oh, I saw a whale death this weekend.
Explain.
It was in the TV show The Boys, which I am really into right now.
Really?
You guys ever heard? What? What do you mean?
Somebody's been trying to get me on that too.
Bro.
Is it the same guy who told me?
Yeah, definitely.
You can't be surprised by him. He's into Superman.
Dude.
It's so
The Boys
over the
is way
top.
different.
It's ridiculous.
The Boys is like Superman, but in today's reality world. Or in the world. Dude, don't shake your head at me.
That's my reaction too. I don't.
It's so good.
It's superheroes.
You don't understand. It's like if they existed in the actual world.
But they don't.
Hey,
it's very cool.
Hey, picture Batman, but today.
No. You guys just diminish me.
Hey, the Hulk?
But today.
Yeah, driving a car.
All right, I'm not watching your gay movie.
He's got to go to work.
He's got to work from home, man.
Quarterly
It's
taxes.
really realistic. It's realistic. It has a good explanation on why superheroes exist too. All right.
Oh, the Hulk dealing with inflation.
Email Jake and
I thought it was
Blake.
registered.
People are listening to me yelling at their radio or whatever they listen on.
Oh, man.
Their iPad.
All right, time capsule.
Their iPod mini.
August 2nd. Jake wants to guess what people will be mad at the Winter Olympics. Remember, because you thought that it was pretty predictable this year that it would be a trans something.
Trans, yeah.
So, yeah, in 2 years, you want to guess.
So was that even before the...
No, I don't think
improperly labeled
Boxer.
people got mad at... No, the opening ceremonies, whatever it was, the Last Supper.
Yeah. No, I think it was after that.
Okay.
I don't think I can claim that, but yeah, that's interesting. It feels like we'll still probably be in the same space, right?
I hope so.
Like 2 years from now, we're still going to be like, that's trans.
Yeah, well...
But it is fun to think about.
But you could really... Yeah, can you tell in the Winter Olympics when there's like a butchy lady, though? Like, because you're always going to have that now. There's always going to be a lady that looks kind of like a dude. That's why she's dominating the ladies. Like
where are they?
Brittany Griner.
Do we know? There's no way to know.
Yeah. But I think just the point is like you're just going to get the pulse on culture and what everyone's mad about, and then that's going to spill into
Plus,
it.
it's always, it's the more dainty ladies are doing like the ice skating and stuff.
So that's what I was going to say. That plus, I feel like having it in Paris, that's setting you up for gay. Right?
Mm-hmm.
2026, if it's in like, somewhere in Eastern Europe, they're probably going to be a little bit less tolerant, if I had to guess. LA, though, all bets are off. Probably have a few homeless out there.
Probably. Okay, more time capsule. Okay, August 9th. Jake thinks Caleb Williams will be awesome, Mahomes-esque. Dan doesn't because he thinks he has a gay voice.
He does. I still overcame that to put him in the playoffs this year.
Big of you.
Yeah.
But what was it? Was he calling out audibles or something? And you're like, this will never work.
It just didn't sound like authoritative.
The giraffe call.
Yeah, that too.
The giraffe call, he's like, I'm here. I'm ready to go. He's going to be great, though, man.
Yeah. And then
it's just so funny that he's the Bears quarterback.
Here we go.
You know what I mean?
Here we go, guys.
I declare.
Everyone ready?
An audible.
I declare.
And then we're going to keep track of the Dan and Jake bet on the Cowboys to start 5-0.
Hell yeah, bro. You in? Did you get in or no? You just couldn't see that? It's on my site.
I'm in spirit. So I think what that means is I get half your winnings.
Wait. That's weird. So you don't put in half the money, but you get
I will
half the
put in
winnings.
half the money.
Okay.
I'll definitely put in half the emotion.
Yeah.
Well, I just won't tell him if I win.
I think I'll be able to figure it out. But
he'll know.
Yeah, I feel pretty good.
Jump spins.
Wow.
We just did a whole segment on NFL. Did you really have more?
No.
Okay. Kim spins. You're up to 515. 6 new ones in August.
Okay.
Including Thomas Middleditch.
Is that the guy from Silicon Valley?
It is.
Yeah. I don't know that it really counts. I think he was accused of being kind of an emotionally abusive husband, but the main thing was he is firmly in an open relationship.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Which
is
that
funny
sounds
because
cool, but
you look at him and you're like, look at this dork.
Right.
I would love it if my wife said she had a date tonight and it wasn't with me. God, that'd be so great.
Especially on, Taco Tuesday. You could
Yeah.
There's
she gets
a couple.
home, she smells like wiener.
God.
I'd be like, get a hotel. How cheap is this guy?
And then 2 two on here that I kind of would have thought would have been on the Griffey list. The first being Mother Teresa.
MT.
Yep. No one's doing MT, but yeah, there's a bunch of stuff actually. A
bunch of stuff.
Well, they're all kind of related. The biggest one was that she would like forcibly save people. So like somebody would be incoherent, not able, to express like consent.
Yeah.
If we're going to use the parlance of our times, not
so
about
it's religious rape. If you're not giving
rape.
your consent, yet you sprinkle the holy water on me.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And then the other one was that at a lot of the places where she, I don't even know the word, like was in charge as the religious figure, they would refuse people life-saving medication.
Because of prayer?
Yeah.
We got prayer?
Yeah.
Then the other one was Steph Curry.
I mean, what can you say? Somehow he was allowed to speak at the Democratic National Convention on behalf of progressives, despite the fact that whenever they were going to build some low-income housing near him and Aisha's home, they actually both showed up at city council to speak against it.
Yeah, it's pretty big to show up. It's one thing to just be against it.
Yeah.
But I guess showing up kind of
it definitely carries a bigger stick.
Yeah, like if Steph Curry asks for something.
Even if she does. She's
like,
a big deal too.
Why don't you get that kid up there?
Riley.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me that there's like all these people that have said this or that or whatever that are not allowed to be a part of like the Democratic movement or progressive movement. But then this guy who clearly did something that is keeping poor people in a less than prosperous position is like,
can't they just have their place somewhere else? That's what I say.
Not near me.
Yeah.
Yimby.
And then I don't know if you're going to remember this one. Kevin Smith.
The director?
Yeah. You know what? I don't really totally remember it, Blake. Why don't you Google Kevin Smith tweet and read it?
Oh, I have it here on the Kempspin list. Yeah, he had a naughty tweet.
What was it?
He's tweeting about his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and I quote, 10 years in and we bone like we're cheating on each other with each other. A decade plus and her clit brown taint area still pones my dick.
Pones. Sweet. Man, I've been pwned in years. Pwned's a great word. All those other words were good, too, the way he put them together.
He put slashes between them.
You know what? Now that you say that, I do remember it.
Jake has a buddy.
It was a big month for Jake Has a Buddy.
Big buddy month.
Yep. So I'm going to roll through these pretty quick.
This is why he doesn't need more friends.
Yeah, he's got enough.
Yeah, he's got so many buddies.
He's got enough. August 1st, Jake has a buddy on the football team who is named the Pizza Man because he always delivered.
Damn, like that.
August 2nd, Jake has a buddy named Phil who is in a dad's club.
And he's our friend as well.
August 6th, Jake has a buddy who took a gummy before a bike tour in Amsterdam.
I might be married to her.
Jake has a buddy.
And you do not recommend either the gummy or getting married to her.
Jake has a buddy who swims in a fishing shirt. Jake has a buddies who are into Disney as adults.
Look, we just met one just the other day, Cass.
Yeah, Cass. Jake has a buddy who was dipping when Jake was stealing condoms.
Yep.
Jake has a buddy who he thought backed up his rock albums. Jake has a buddy who worked at a Dollar General. Jake has a buddy who used to work at a nice hotel in Dallas and told Jake about the John Madden Kempspin. And finally, Jake has a buddy who got his doctorate from North Texas who woke him up in the middle of the night to show him a girl's butthole on Big Brother After Dark.
Absolutely happened. Yeah. Dan knows most of those people.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Dan fights with his wife.
She's showing whole.
Also a big month for Dan fights with his wife.
Okay.
Back to August 1st, Dan had a fight with his wife about Dan breaking the chainsaw. And then the same day, Dan had a fight with his wife because she phrased the chainsaw fight the wrong way.
I'm with him on that.
Wait, what does that mean?
Well,
basically, she started the fight because you broke the chainsaw, but then you escalated the fight because she approached you about breaking the chainsaw the wrong way.
Oh, like, why did you break the chainsaw?
Yeah.
Like, that's not the question. How, perhaps, not like why. Why
right.
would you have a conscious effort to break the chainsaw? Although, when I said, hey, Jake, let's saw that microwave in half, I should have had an idea that would end up breaking the chainsaw. I'll tell you what, I care about the content.
Yeah.
As always.
It was good for the show.
Over poning.
The same day, Dan had a fight with his wife because...
You're not getting pwned, dog.
And this was old, but you referenced it. Dan had a fight with his wife because he didn't jump in to defend her in the tampons fight.
This is like with the daughter? Yes.
Yes.
I had to put it together in my head where was a tampon fight happening. It wasn't like a fight where they're throwing
no.
old tampons back and forth.
Why do they have to be old?
Well, why would you throw brand new ones? You wouldn't, get the juice with that. It's like a food fight, You don't You don't throw a pie that is in a box.
Yeah.
You got to have it's got to be messy.
Gross.
But they weren't doing that. It was a verbal fight about
the
fact that there were no tampons in the house.
Mm-hmm. And she was mad that you didn't jump in and defend her.
Safe space.
I had a fight this weekend.
You want to go first?
I want to hear both of you.
Go ahead.
I don't know when girls start taking their
period. It's somewhere when they're teenagers. Ish.
Sure?
Not positive.
It's not when she's 5.
It ain't 5. Yeah, you got a while, bro.
Well,
at least double digits.
6 is around the corner.
I'm going to say at least double digits.
And 2 feels like it was yesterday.
Yeah. You're going to be fine.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You got time.
You
have lots and lots of time.
Okay, but
you
what
can double
you might
her
not
life.
even know us when that starts happening.
But what I'm saying is I can remember her being 2 easily.
Well, yeah, Dan can remember his kids when they were little.
I bet not.
No, I can't.
I remember talking to Corby about that, like whenever I was like really, really in the shit with Nora, and he was like, I don't remember any of that. Like, I don't remember what it was like.
Well, he was baked.
Well,
not me, though.
I'm just saying, I feel like I'm not that far away from that.
Let me give you your last fight, and then you can give me the new one.
Mm-hmm.
August 20th, Dan fights with his wife because Dan ruined her white pants by leaving a purple crayon while doing whites.
Well, the point is that I didn't throw a purple crayon in there. I don't know what it was, but yeah, like all my white T-shirts that I wear at night, my night shirts, all pink.
Probably like a lavender.
Yeah. I should bring one for you.
You should.
I think I said this at the time. I don't do that.
You don't do what?
Whites?
Separate.
Oh.
I wash everything on gold.
Yeah. Well, she has some stuff.
I think my wife does.
Some stuff
like,
does
engage in
run.
some of
Very
that.
few things run in this day and age, but
Right.
there are some things, especially if you buy like something from the school.
Or crayon-based detergent.
Yeah. You don't want to do that.
What's your new one?
The new one is just that. My anniversary was this weekend.
Oh,
and we've been married.
Congrats, bud.
Shut up. We've been married over 20 years. I'm surprised you didn't see my tweet about it.
Not that specific. I
didn't.
I have you firmly muted.
Okay. I'm just kidding, as if I tweeted about it. Jesus. Kind of homo would be. Anyway.
I saw your Facebook post.
I also don't.
I bet
have
like
you, I also
90% of people listening would do that. Like,
don't have you
what?
muted either. So.
What? What'd you say?
I saw your Facebook post about it. That's how
Yeah,
I
for
saw
sure.
it.
And I would never do that because I don't want my high school girlfriend to see.
Of course.
So,
especially with us going back to Cleveland next week.
Yeah, we're setting it all up. No. 24 years. 20 effing 4 years.
Kobe.
It's the Kobe year for sure. Which means we should end it now. But the point is, I didn't get her anything.
Oh, no.
Like nothing. No card.
Oh, no.
No, nothing.
It's only an issue if she got you something.
She didn't.
Oh.
But she was mad. She was mad that I didn't.
It's not only an issue if he didn't get something. He should have got something.
And then, like she said, happy anniversary in the morning. I'm like, yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Like I just didn't do anything about it. Dude, 20 years of Christmas, birthday, Valentine's Day. Now, what is this day now? Oh, anniversary. What else you want?
God forbid
How
Mother's
many of
Day.
these?
Did you say Mother's Day? Did you say
Mother's Day.
Birthday?
20. So 20 times 5. I don't have 100 gift ideas in me. And so we went out. She wanted to eat a burger that night, so we went out to eat. That was our thing.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But.
And then you pwned her taint.
Then I pwned her.
I think if you.
I pwned her clit and her taint.
Jesus Christ.
As if I was cheating on her.
And she was cheating on you.
Yeah. I'll tell you what it'd be like if I was cheating on you, honey. It ain't going to be that great.
Yeah.
It's going to be disappointing for all of us.
I think you could have just said something.
Like if I would have been the first to say happy anniversary.
I think that might have been enough. A hug.
So I'd have had to know that it was the anniversary.
Yeah.
Like I should set up an alert in the phone because I didn't really remember.
Yeah, I mean, you have alerts for things like, Tay Zonde's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would be onerous.
But I think, I don't know, it seems like once it was 10 year, maybe it was a double-digit thing. Like, it just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Like, why? No, it's got enough going on. And now I guess it's because she thinks I don't have enough going on. Kids aren't in the house.
My 10 is this year.
What's the gift for 10?
Yeah, it's poning clit and taint. Gosh. I think it's moving back into our house.
Let's see.
Because we're quite broke.
Anniversary gifts by year, our traditional and modern guide.
All right.
10.
What's next on your MBR, dude?
Tin or aluminum?
Tin? That's great. Like a can of beer.
Because it's cheap?
Yeah.
But it says the modern one is diamond jewelry.
The modern one.
Minor league bat.
College bat.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Man, he doesn't know anything about baseball.
No.
Yeah, it looks like you got to get her some
She'd get
earrings.
upset about that right away. Like, this is not a minor league bat.
Anyway, what's next?
Yeah, I mean, you're in charge of the
Notes
segment.
From the show.
What is this from the show?
General notes from the show.
All right.
August 1st, Jake was on a travel team for roller hockey.
It's true.
I didn't know that.
I was really, really good.
Goalie?
Mostly, yeah, but I could do both. I was super, super talented at that.
That was your skill.
Yeah. You know what?
Like you could have been the Michael Jordan of that if indeed roller hockey was as big as basketball. That's what you're saying.
Easily.
Yeah.
More LeBron.
Okay.
Longevity would have been my
So
specialty.
you'd have been a little better.
Yeah. We had lawyer Liz's husband over here the other day, and I went to go have dinner with him and Liz, I don't know, 6 months ago or something, and we started talking about, like, growing up playing hockey. He got back into, like, an adult league and plays every week now. Ice hockey. And he's like, dude, it's a crazy good workout. Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Yeah, but it's probably at, like, 11:30 p.m. or
one
5
or the other.
a.m.
Yeah. Once I started playing ice hockey, my games, I played one full year of house league. My games were at 5 and 5:30.
Yeah, I think I joined a league that was at 11 p.m.
Sucked.
Same day, Eden reviewed the Human Centipede trilogy for us. The first movie got 2 stars, second 1 star, then the third a half star. So it kind of just went downhill, in her opinion. On August 2nd, I debated whether to bring this up or not, but I think we officially had our saddest moment of the show.
Oh, no.
You remember when you called that 8-year-old name's hot? Or she was an 8-year-old, said her name, and you're like, that's hot.
Yeah, it was,
she was 8.
It was Eleanor.
Yeah, you remember.
Of course I do.
And then her dad passed away?
Yeah.
That's right. Her mom emailed us about that. On his birthday, I think. And I think we're going to meet her at the Ranger game, September 19th.
Okay.
September 10th.
Well, that's great. Yeah, that's...
But you just wanted to point that out. The saddest moment of our show. The worst moment of our show ever.
Yeah, because that stuck with me. And that happened in the month of August.
Seems like...
Hey, sweet.
And this is the MBR.
Seems like a...
Got to report on it.
Little bit of a vacuum in the father figure situation.
There you go.
See you at the Rangers game.
August 2nd.
Wearing a tux.
Jake shared his Taco Bell delivery guy's inspirational quote.
Pilot Beasy.
Pilot Beasy.
Yeah.
You remember it?
You can be anything you want, but the best thing you can be is you. Something like that. I still have it in my bag. Actually, you know what? I think I left it at the studio. It was crazy, though. Like, why would he have said that to me? And then TC's wife had it crocheted onto a thing for me.
August 5th, Dan Googles if he can pee in the RV.
How often do you get Taco Bell delivered? Like, you did that in California, too.
I did it once in California.
Like, you've already done it. That's one more time than I've ever had Taco Bell delivered.
Yeah, I would say...
If you're going to do Taco Bell, just go to Taco Bell.
Well, typically you're not.
I guess when you're in the mood for Taco Bell...
You're not driving.
You're not in the state of mind to drive. All right.
It is it's an unfortunate guilty pleasure of the wife and mine.
Man, I've really fallen off.
She likes it quite a bit.
Yeah, I might be back on Taco Bell, though. That black bean crunch wrap.
I'll do that, too.
It's great.
August 6th.
And here's the thing, and this is a Blake point. A lot of people don't realize how much better food is if you order it on an app. They have sauces you don't know about.
Thank you.
They have alterations you don't know about.
Boy, I don't know, man.
Dude, I'm telling you. Like,
sometimes the app doesn't allow you to do that stuff.
Favor has a little bit of an issue. But like Uber Eats, DoorDash, like they're showing you sauces and cheeses you don't even know exist.
All right.
I'm serious,
And
dude.
they'll tell you if there's an upcharge or not. So if there's not, just hammer away. You want extra cheese? Yeah. You want
Right
all
there.
these sauces? Yeah. Chick-fil-A sauce on the side? Yes. And then you can store them up.
Yeah.
You know, at my hamburger dinner that my wife wanted a hamburger, so I'm like, all right, we'll go out. She got to pick the place. That was her anniversary gift.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the fish tacos. Okay. Might be a little gay, and it came with a side of fries. So if you want gay, I said, hey, I'd like to replace that. Can I replace that with broccoli? Because they had broccoli on the menu. Jesus. And they said, yeah. She goes, there might be an upcharge on that. She goes, anywhere from $2 to $5.
Whoa.
I go, yeah, okay, whatever.
It's also a pretty wide range.
It is a pretty wide range, but, you know, it's the anniversary.
You're going to spring for it.
Live large.
Wait, what night was this? Because we had to get back real early. I had to go out, so we showed up. This was my great gift. I have to be there. I have to leave at 4:45 so I can get back for my fantasy
draft.
Oh, it was fantasy draft night.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it must have been Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like, we had to leave at 4:45 for dinner. And then, so it was great. I had an end time. But, so then, the thing is, a side costs $5. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So they brought me the tacos with no fries and the side, and it cost me $5 extra. We looked at it later.
So they didn't replace an insert?
Right, yeah, it wasn't just like an up. They
that's
just
horseshit.
took it off. Yeah, and I should have gone off on them.
Are you
and
gonna go to
I
the
expected.
You should have gone to the mat.
The thing is, I told my wife because usually she will turn into Karen, and then she will confront server for me or whatever, and she didn't. Like, she must have been just content with this bison burger, telling me about how healthy it is, and it's got leaner iron and really bison burgers are great. Iron, it's very healthy and
it is
more expensive, but anyway, she wouldn't take the bait for me, so I ended up without fries, guys.
So that's a September.
Is that the worst thing you've ever heard?
Yeah, it's a new fight.
Yeah. August 6th, Dan had his first McGriddle, which launched discussions about the official Dumb Zone McGriddle flavored dental dam, which we need to get on. The same day, Dan says he couldn't hang himself, which makes me sad to think that you thought about it.
Well, I just don't know if logistically I could even figure it out. Like, I think it would fall. Like, where am I going to hang it?
No.
What am I going to use? How am I going to, certainly could never dream of a noose.
And you and I are in a similar situation where your wife is the handy person.
Yeah.
And they're not going to help you.
Yeah. Where's a ceiling that's high enough?
Like, I'm positive my wife could hang herself.
Women don't do that.
I know.
Women are into poison, right?
Yeah.
Pills.
Yeah.
And
which is why I'm more into that.
Usually killing their kids.
Because they got to bring everyone with them?
Yeah. I would never do that.
Just leave. August 7th, Dan and Jake felt an earthquake together and have been acting weird with each other ever since.
I don't think acting weird together ever since is a fair charge, but that did happen. And I forgot about it until the next day. And then Dan brought it up. We were both just staring at each other in the living room in Ventura.
Well, was that the night that you ordered the...
Who
knows?
No. Okay. I was going to say, though, because that's why you forgot about it. You forgot everything.
But I remember the next morning, I remember like I was right back in the place where I could see you shaking.
Yeah.
It was weird. You were wearing one of your beautiful white T-shirts.
Mm-hmm. That was still
That's
white
now
at the
purple,
time.
Still white, yeah.
August 8th, Dan proposed without a ring.
Yeah. No, I knew that argument would happen if I got a ring, so I wanted to avoid that.
August 20th, Dan's daughter buys 6 wings and nothing else from the campus wings restaurant in spite.
Because she got wings for a year.
Yeah, but they only give you 6 a week.
She waited in line for like hours. Yes, wings for a year means you actually get 6 free wings per week. And it was like I think it's even like a coupon book thing. She got like 52 coupons or something. And so she calls ahead, orders it every week. That's all she orders. Will not get a drink. Will not get fries. Will show up, pick up 6 wings, and leave. She calls me from her trip a lot. Like,
massive
this is where
respect.
I'm going. Yeah.
Massive respect.
So this was while you were gone, Dan. And I hope you remember this because I've been interested to hear what this is. August 23rd, Dan once said something that got his wife kicked out of her book club.
It might have been a mom's club, but it was probably around like Mother's Day time when they come out with those articles every year about, stay-at-home moms should really make $240,000, and then they add up. A housekeeper would cost this. Childcare would cost this. A cook would cost this. This, all these things. And when you add it all up, yes, the hours she's putting in, that would be, worthy of a $240,000 salary. But
he disagreed.
Then we were just laughing at it and, just having some fun on the radio.
Yeah.
And I guess some of her, people heard it, or probably more heard about it. And then kind of froze her out. She was no longer in the mom's group.
Well, that's sad. But
it affected me somewhat.
Yeah,
it didn't affect me.
Now she's home more
directly.
All right, let me quickly run through the rest of these. Dan says that only good hotels have yogurt.
Well, remember I had a guy walk in and he evaluated a hotel that way, and then I came to realize that he might have been right.
Dan's friend in Ohio said to look at girls' ankles to see if she'll get fat or not. Dan took ballroom dancing in college to pick up chicks.
Yep.
Dan once took a 50-milligram edible and couldn't write his name. Dan bailed on his SNL draft. Dan versus
What?
KLIF's Ben Dover.
I did a great bit with the SNL.
People be talking about it for years.
Yeah.
And then finally, this stuck with me for a few days. August 27th, Cass had the "Don't order food" sign up in his apartment. And I just thought, every time I saw that sign, I would order food.
Out of defiance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, at Cass's apartment.
Cass is probably like a good husband and stuff.
Yeah, probably.
That's the difference between him and us.
Yeah.
He's not leaving that car door unlocked.
No.
Jesus.
But it just said, like, if you're hungry, drink water.
Doesn't make sense. I don't think it was stolen out of there.
If you're still hungry after that, eat protein. And it's just kind of condescending, and I just don't think I would stand for that.
It's all good advice.
Yeah,
I don't know if it works, though.
The problem, though, is that a guy like Cass, he's married to a good person. Like, my wife would never put that thing up because she knows she would be violating it just as much as I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we were...
Yeah,
Dude, low point? We ate Wendy's in bed the other night.
Both of you together.
Yeah.
That sounds hot.
Like, we had like a light early dinner where we're like, all right, we feel good about ourselves.
Did you get it delivered?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I had Wendy's.
Were you both gummied up?
What?
All right.
Relationship goals.
Yeah.
All right, finally, to end the August MBR, let's leave
And
with
then, you know, the worst part about it is it's almost like a walk of shame where, like, I went out and, like, threw something away in the trash can in the morning and just saw all the Wendy's. I was like, God, that's fucking gross. That's so bad. Disgusting. Like, I took the trash out right then. I was like, I don't even want to think about this. It was bad.
That's awesome. All right, to close this out, a words
Wendy's.
with words with Dan.
Wendy's.
Well, number one, she's at a bar and Ed is playing pool with me and a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
And so now she's sitting at next to the pool table.
She's expecting champagne and strawberries and rose petals.
Just
and
looking beaten as all can be. And you look across the bar, and there was another lady in a bride in the
wedding gown.
Wedding gown.
the
bride costume.
The bride dress.
Yeah.
There's your August.
How about that?
Hey, thanks, Blake.
Well, pick a lane and bless my star. Mr. Jones's MBR. People listen near and far to Blake Jones's MBR.
Business Review.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
First story comes to us from Houston, where a third-grade teacher was among almost 24 individuals arrested in a federal drug bust. And in this case specifically, the teacher was selling the dope from the classroom.
Where?
How?
On the phone. The transactions, the hand-to-hands, were not necessarily taking place at the school, but
like, they're not letting people in that school.
No, they tapped the phone.
So, obviously, in large quantities.
It's a part of like a drug ring, so I don't think it was like a dime
Quarter,
bag. Yeah.
Boy, do you buy pot, or have you bought pot in Boughton?
I don't think Boughton's a word at all. No.
I can't tell you the last time I did.
Yeah, me neither.
Because now that gummies are out there and all this, I haven't done the walk into some guy's apartment or the meet in a parking lot thing in quite some time.
Wants you to smoke a cross joint?
Like,
it's Pineapple Express.
Mm-hmm.
What's a quarter cost?
Dude, that's a great question. My guess, $100.
For the good?
For that good?
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly can't tell you the last time I did it. But I don't smoke weed, though.
But you used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm
But,
saying.
like, whether it's the pen or the...
You ever go to a drug dealer's house and buy drugs, Blake?
No.
Never.
Because I know you've done the drugs, but...
No, never have. And you guys talk about it, and
you never did it as much as, like, I need to go get a big
No,
supply.
it was always just like there's an opportunity for it now, and sure.
Yeah.
And I never bought it, but I'm sure that whole experience was a pretty giant beating. But the stories you guys tell are pretty funny. Your
So it's
buddy,
worth it?
your buddy having to leave his sneakers with a drug dealer is funny.
That happened.
The glommer, like he just wants you to hang out, to me is pretty funny.
That's most of them. It's a very lonely existence, I imagine. Because, like, everybody wants something from you, and it makes you feel cool, but nobody actually wants to hang out with you.
Yeah. Was usually a guy that you weren't really into hanging out with him, but you had to go see him.
But the thing is, he knows that.
Like, everybody kind of knows. We all know we're kind of playing this part.
I know, but
I'll play the hangout. Yeah, well.
But that's kind of sad for him.
I'll look at your iguana.
Yeah, I was going to say your lizard. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, the guy that I used to get...
What do you feed him? What, you want to see? Here, it's time.
And then you're like, why did I ask that?
Yeah.
My guy had Tecmo Bowl.
Of course.
And as I've told you, a kegerator. You're like, you know what? Why don't I have a beer?
It's 1:30, sure.
Yeah. I'm here on the weekend, in the afternoon. You're like, didn't we have 9th grade social studies together? And he's like, yeah, man, we did. You're like, all right, well, when can I leave?
Stinks. It's like stale.
Yeah. Yeah, no air movement.
You say that.
Or circulation.
However, I feel like sometime between when you were in the game and when I got into the game, the pot guys started becoming more like rap oriented. And what that meant was they had chains and cologne.
Okay, I thought you meant rap, like in rap they had the vacuum seal thing.
No.
That wouldn't smell. You're seeing the guys. I just meant the whole atmosphere smelled stale, like Blake was saying. No circulation in the room.
Yeah, and I think that used to be the thing.
Okay.
But then as rap music became more popular, being rich became more popular.
And at least looking it.
Yeah, and so they would have like like I said, like chains, possibly diamonds in their teeth,
grills,
and cologne. So it became less hippie and more like gangster.
Yeah. No, rap made selling drugs cool.
Anyways,
third grade teacher did.
Third grade teacher was a part of the Rich Kings with a Z gang.
Of course.
Which are believed to be responsible for drug trafficking and violent crimes in Houston and across the country. Boy, I saw I could probably do this. The elementary school teacher in the car line today who was not a female. And I immediately think of Dan. He seemed cool.
I'm sure it's all good.
Where was his umbrella? Why was he just standing out there?
That's not your umbrella in the garage, is it?
Yeah, I walked out. I took the dogs out this morning.
Okay, it's yours.
Yeah.
I was afraid it was Jake's.
Fuck no.
Like he brought an umbrella to walk from the driveway into my garage.
I was about to just grill him.
I've never owned an umbrella. I never
We have
will.
like 30 of them.
No.
I should have known better, but I just wanted to check in. Make sure.
No, you guys are too tough. Use an umbrella in the rain, that'd be terrible.
Isn't this okay? I'm trying to find the specific story here. Like, that's how like Neville Chamberlain lost the public.
Why? Because he carried an umbrella?
Yeah, and everyone in the UK was like, "No."
I thought it was because he let Hitler run over France or whatever.
Well, I think those are related. Actually, yeah. umbrella. No thanks. State inspections in Texas will be going away.
Really?
For your car?
Yes.
Good.
Let's get her done. When? Before this fall? Because I got one due.
Jan 1, 2025. Texans will no longer need state inspections on non-commercial vehicles. So your 18-wheeler, you perhaps will still have to get a Reggie, but...
Damn.
So no more stickers at all?
Well, if you've noticed, the way that they do it now is it's one sticker.
There's just one. But
so you'll still have to get your...
the
registration, but you have to get an inspection to get that.
You will no longer have to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can just renew online and be fine.
As long as it's not passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Although this does take away from me, although I suppose I'd still have to do the registration, but as I told you guys, the old South Lake Town Square DMV, pretty solid.
No wait line?
That's exactly what I mean, Blake.
Oh. Hot?
Where is it? Like where the library is?
Yeah, I think so.
Library's in the basement?
Yeah.
I made it a full year with an expired registration one.
Why? That seems so un-Blake to me. You seem so on top of things to me.
So you saved $70 or whatever?
I don't know. It's probably not worth it, but I think it ran out in March, and I was into August or November or something like that. And I'm like,
I told you guys
wait till
I got
March.
pulled over.
For no registration?
Yeah, that in Colleyville.
Oh, the hot cop?
He was fit. And I had it, Like I had done it, I just hadn't put it up there yet.
Yeah.
But we were 2 stickered up until 5 or 10 years ago?
Yeah, 10 seems like a lot. Like I would say 5. Yeah, 2 sticker. No longer. Another law that goes into effect September 1st, a federal district court judge has weighed in on a new social media law designed to prevent Texas children from accessing certain content online through platforms such as the Insta and Facebook. What this means is there's a court battle over whether or not in Texas parents have to consent to their kids having social media.
Is this the parental empowerment law?
I don't think it's called that, is it?
I thought it was.
No. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this one's tough. I
Children
don't really understand
online through Parental Empowerment Act.
This is just going to cause more problems for parents, I think. Because then the friend's on it, but I'm not.
Man, my wife said something the other day. It must have been yesterday, actually. Because she read that Anxious Generation book. It's all the rage. And she was like, because a kid will ask, when can I get a phone?
Already?
Of course.
Does any of her classmates actually have one?
No, I don't think so, but they did at our second orientation say that if anybody does, and this was just for kindergarten, that if anybody does, they have to put it up in the morning.
I guess we live in Russia now.
Taking away my freedoms. Kristen was like 18. I'm like, good
no way.
luck, dude. Okay.
No.
Do you guys do ear piercing? Or is that considered? Because my wife made them wait on that, which they were only made them want to do it more.
Yeah, it hasn't come up.
Okay.
But, the first time that I ever went to one of her dance recitals, I was like, what the fuck? Like she was in makeup.
Yeah.
As were all of her peers.
Yeah, my wife was anti-makeup. My wife was like anti-John Bonet's parents.
Right.
Like the exact opposite to where
and
my kids are still alive.
Yours are alive.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
that was. She took it that far.
I will not kill this person or let their sibling do it. Allegedly. So, yeah, I just don't think you have any chance. Now, at school, the problem, obviously, that you run into is danger.
Of what?
Anything.
Shootings and shit.
Oh, God, dude. You know the percentile chance that your kid is in a school shooting?
You mean percentage, but yes.
Whatever.
It's very low.
That is not something. That isn't like you should have a phone because there could be a school shooting. See, I want the school to have rules. And then you could be like...
No killing?
Well, one, no killing. But also, yes, if they have to put away their phones, I think that's a great rule. Do it. School dress codes. I would have loved for our kids to have had a dress code, you know? Like, that would have been great.
I loved mine.
Just because you don't have to think, right?
No, you don't
There's
have
no
to
peer
think.
pressure. There's no...
You don't have to buy
I've
new
got
clothes.
something better than you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
cost of buying clothes, yeah. It's insane. Have you seen the prices these days, guys?
Thanks, Biden. But, you know, when it comes to the social media thing, it's almost like a huge portion of your social life has moved there.
Yeah.
So if you're telling an 11-year-old or a 12-year-old, like, this is the way that you interact, this is the way that you socialize, but you can't do it.
Yeah, and imagine, like...
There is something to that, too. Like,
what
a
about
kid
the
being-
13, 14-year-olds who are... Now that's their whole life now, and then you enact this law now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, it's tied up in the courts, so I don't know where it goes.
It's probably yelling at a cloud. You're probably just fighting something that
it's so bad.
you have to
though.
figure out how to. Yeah, I don't know what to do.
I mean, I'm glad that my wife has like a conviction about it. That she at least
while she's 5.
Yeah.
Let's see how this holds up.
Yeah, it won't.
I'd say at least try to keep it double digits.
When did you get a phone?
When I turned 16, because that's when I got my car.
That's when I got mine. When I had a car, I had a phone. But I mean, also very different.
No internet on the phone. It was a little Nokia brick thing.
The 5150?
Yeah, I mean, just
play a little Snake.
A little Snake on it. Send some really grainy dick pics.
Did you ever send a wiener pic?
No.
I don't believe that for a second.
Did you ever get a boob pic?
On that phone?
There were no pictures being sent and received on that phone.
It wasn't worth it.
I didn't say on that phone.
Couldn't really see. Have I ever gotten one? Yes.
Have you ever sent one?
Nice.
Yeah, probably.
You sent a wiener pic?
Sure.
What do you mean, sure?
Well, I mean, if they're offering and want to, I feel like I'm just reciprocating.
You gotta
but I'm not initiating.
You got to work it up a little bit so it's not all...
A little slappy.
God, can I... How do I make this bigger?
Like, what angle do you go with?
Well, I mean, you can't
like
put it
straight on.
You can't put it under you because then you're in the picture. Then like your big fat
but you have
belly's
to prove
in
it's
here.
you know.
You don't want to stick it to the side because then your gut's kind of hanging out. You kind of have to go with the belly shot here, but
Suck
still,
it in.
it's not a. Then your thighs. There's not a good angle really.
No.
This is great Blake's tips.
I was going to say. I can
Blake's dating
how
tips.
to frame
confidently
your
tell
wiener.
you, I've never sent a dick pic. And I've done all manner of...
Have you ever taken one?
No.
Have you taken and deleted?
No.
You've never done it.
No.
Yeah.
Want me to?
You might like it.
Next time a sale closes.
Just doesn't seem like that'd be appealing to anybody.
Thank you, Blake. No, it doesn't. I never look at it and think, like, should share.
What if she asked?
Then I might.
Yeah.
Then I might. But
No,
I've never been asked.
I've never just been like, hey, you up, and then bam. That seems rude. They don't want to see that. But if they do?
I remember you guys, was it Valerie? You guys had somebody on your podcast. Jen's sister?
Yeah.
And saying, like, because she's in that age of people sending back and forth pictures or was in the game at the time.
I think
she
she's
was just
my
saying,
age, but yeah.
Well, she was saying she got many unsolicited. Like, I just meet you and then ask for your number, and then I send you a pic of my wiener.
Yeah.
Like, no. Like you said, maybe if you were asked, maybe. Probably still not, but maybe.
Yeah, I think on the dating app.
But just the out of nowhere.
Here it is.
Hey, check this out.
Yeah.
And I suppose if you're doing that, it's worked at some point. Yeah, it's maybe 1 out of 100, but that's all you got to have. It's like fishing.
It's exactly like fishing. By the way, fishing beaten?
Have we defeated fishing?
No,
I was never really.
I went on
into
a
it.
long walk yesterday where my wife's wallet got stolen. Saw a couple guys just out there.
Oh, that fishing. I was talking about a fishing scam.
I know, but you said fishing, and I'm just thinking.
Oh, okay.
Is it beaten?
I think it's a way for men to enjoy silence.
Yeah, these guys look like they were about my age.
Dude, you ever see a guy fishing like in one of those, like a stream by Northwest Highway or something? Like
Like, what are you doing?
That's as beaten as you can get.
Yeah.
And to Blake's point, that might just mean, like, I want to get away. But it was just two guys, noon on a, I guess it was not a Sunday, but Labor Day, and they're just out there.
Jerking a little lip.
Definitely. I mean,
It just looked boring.
Yeah, it mostly is, but my grandpa would do it multiple times a week, and he'd leave at 5:30 in the morning, come back at 10, but he would just spend his mornings, like, on a boat.
You ever play a fishing video game?
Whew.
Never been
Bassmasters, brother?
I played.
Never done that.
Bassmasters
Wonder
rocked.
what Grandpa would say about that.
He'd probably tell you to go outside.
Kiss your boyfriend?
I was going to say until the two. There's your news.
What do? You just push a button to throw the reel and you just wait?
Dude, it was great.
Look at a guy making fun of video games.
It was great. Because you could see under the water, too.
But where's the skill?
It's the same as fishing.
Luck? You just sit there? Okay.
Today's birthday is brought to you by Prosper Ford. Let me, I just want to do I forgot to do viewer mail birthdays. And so Prosper Ford, you know them, you love them. Chaz Gilmore owns Prosper Ford. In fact, he owns Grapevine Ford as well, and has dealt with me for over a decade now. I've dealt with him. Bought 4 different vehicles from Chaz at his different properties. Well, he's owned Grapevine Ford for all that time, but he finally got to build his own dealership, and he made it into the perfect dealership. Prosper Ford, fast trade-in value, no hassle financing. They will work with you to design a plan for your lifestyle and budget. They have great specials. Check them out at prosperford.com, or you can go up the tollway and find all those great vehicles. The F-150, always the best-selling truck in Texas. What am I in right now? Oh,
the Bronco.
The Bronco Sport. Love it.
With the wireless charging.
Love the Bronco Sport. They've even got that Mach-E, Blake.
I know, I'm still eyeing it.
I know you've been looking at that. So check them out up the tollway, Prosper Ford in Prosper, or go to prosperford.com. Birthday emails. We have Dear Uncle Tongue Mop. Please help me wish my other DF brother, not Brian from Fight Night, Danny, a happy 35th birthday. His leaders are Dan, Jake, Blake, and Heart Attack Man's Bookshelf. Let's see. Please send Danny good vibes for his dog, Darcy, who is starting to slow down.
Oh, jeez.
That seems like a stretch. This is from Jameson, though, and we love Jameson. But do you send vibes to a guy because his dog is starting to get old?
Well, I'll tell you this.
Send vibes to me if we're going to, for things that are starting to slow down.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends. I mean, I've thought that my dog was on its last legs for about 3 years now. And somehow it becomes more powerful with my disdain for it.
Maybe it's the vibes I've been sending you. Good vibes.
It might have been.
Birthday from Monday, Labor Day, Uncle Hotmail, is my Sean Lee birthday.
Fitty.
My leaders are Dan's sad mushroom sandwich and packing for an international flight on the morning of departure.
Thank you.
More Chappie.
Nope.
More Beth drops.
Yep.
Baby.
Yep.
From Jordan in Louisville.
Jordan Lewis.
P.S. As his boss, why haven't you forced Blake to get a new email that doesn't have the word radio in it now that you're in the podcast world? And I want to just say, if you think Blake has a boss.
Incorrect.
I don't think anyone.
Can't tame this Bronco.
Horse bleep Dan Horse bleep McDowell, according to Kevin Turner. Birthday shout out to my man Rajit. R-A-J-I-T. He turns Ezekiel Elliott the first time, plus Ezekiel Elliott the second time.
36.
His leader is the time John Jock Taylor said the N-word on 30 for 30.
He made the switch.
Is this from Parker?
If this is from Parker, it's from somebody claiming their name is Samadhi.
Okay.
Do you think it's Parker?
No. By the way, Parker said my arm looked better than ever last week.
Oh, yeah?
Even after 2 weeks off.
And then Samadhi says, P.S. Your wife was correct. It was TC who used your downstairs bathroom last Monday. How would this guy know? Anyway. Dear Uncle Gash Guzzler, day 120 and 200-something DF here. Sunday was fellow DF Adams, Clinton Portis plus Cam Newton or Clinton Portis. Anyway.
27?
His leaders are Nora's love of Frank Sinatra, When Dan Says Bruv, and Clay Jenkins' ex-wife. More Blake dating advice. Oh, he got that today.
There you go.
About Wiener pictures. From Andrew and an anonymous DF benefactor who Venmo'd you $6.90. P.S. I'm anonymous because I don't think Adam likes me very much right now. This is his friend. But he's a good dude. If you need any expertise on 1940s jazz band orchestration, give him a call.
I'm good.
Do we need to settle a beef here, or?
Can we get these guys back together?
Yeah.
The anonymous emailer.
And Adam.
And Adam. That's what we do.
Yep.
Hi, I want a birthday shout-out, please, for my best friend Tabitha.
Pretty hot.
Her birthday is September 3rd.
Today.
Oh, good.
Feels like probably tattoos.
Tabitha? Yeah, that's a good call.
She was day one for the ticket. She convinced me to become a P1. We both subscribed to the pod as soon as we found out about it, around day 5. We're not big on X, so it took us a bit. That's the thing, man. How do we tell people where we are?
Megaphone?
If they're not on... Oh, okay.
Just kind of drive around.
Need a billboard.
Would the ticket sell us an ad?
That's a good idea.
I don't think they would.
I don't think they would either. But it is a good idea.
Oh, this is America. My mind's not good here.
Right.
We just have to run for office.
A recipe for what?
Dude, let's run for office. They'd have to.
The equal
like
time?
Legally, yeah.
I
I'll
think
go
that's
up against
kind
Jan
of a
McDowell.
myth, but you wouldn't.
No.
You wouldn't dare.
I'll join her. Her leaders.
What?
So back to Tabitha.
Okay.
Let's slow down.
Okay.
Her leaders are Bald Fish, the Roast Twins, Kip, Combative Sarah, and Bud Light Lime Hangovers. More Julie, Dan, and find Mike Soroy, please. And keep up the long podcasts. And this is from Stephanie, Tabitha's friend.
Hey, no.
And she says her birthday is in November and she wants to do a 690 sit-in October. Did you get this? Or do I have to send it to you?
No, she's coming in on October 31st.
Well, now.
Wow. Talk about a little Halloween with Samantha.
Oh, when is she coming to the Den? Oh, I don't know yet.
Well, then what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, she's coming to my place.
All right, dude. Do the next one.
He's laughing like, oh, man. See how I got him?
Destroyed.
Please wish a big country birthday to Abilene dummy Evan Nemec.
Good dude.
Very good dude.
Please read this on a free episode since he hates sticking it to the man. He's not a subby. So is he a good dude?
He works in the broadcast game. I'm going to call him good dude. He's worked some of our shtick into his broadcast before.
Yeah.
Yesterday was his Malik Rose birthday. He has a signed picture of him hanging above his bed. Let's see. His leaders are Bluey and Bingo.
Nice.
He would like more William Pace, and a William Pace drop if available, from Seattle subby Dustin Walton. I also got a couple other ones. Well, at least one other one that I'll give you right now. Must watch Dear Beaver Bandit. Check out the blind soccer at the Paris Paralympics. Available on demand via Peacock. What? Remarkable. I'm confident you'll find several other events quite fascinating also. That is all. From Benji in Virginia Beach. The Paralympics.
Mm-hmm. They are going on right now, guys. Yeah.
Can we bet on it?
Dude. I saw...
I like whatever you're about to say here.
I saw a little person lifting weights and decided I can't do this.
Why?
Dude, I saw a midget bench like 425.
Damn!
It was too awesome?
What do you mean, damn? He barely had to move his arms.
Oh, he's saying they're cheating.
Well, then, yeah,
Like,
how
I
come he's
could-
not dominating the regular Olympics then?
He's a midget.
But you just said he's got this advantage for this tiny
Well,
arms.
no, I mean, I think like full-sized people can lift like way more than that.
Like they would let someone from the Special Olympics or Paralympics, which are way different,
things.
way different.
Yeah.
But if you were in the Paralympics, but you were able to play better than LeBron, they would let you in the real Olympics.
You would think.
They wouldn't say, oh, because you don't have an arm,
Yeah.
you have to do the Paralympics. You know what I think? I think
equality.
No, the fact is that nowadays NBA players are cutting off limbs so they can go dominate the Paralympics.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to vote against that.
You should.
The Dumb Zone presents Today in History.
I love that the way that guy termed it was lots of other events that you would find interesting.
Well, you've just described one that doesn't turn me off.
Sure.
So it's Tuesday, September 3rd. We've established that. On this day in 1975, Steve Garvey went to the L.A. Dodgers lineup after missing 2 days with the flu. He did not leave the lineup until he compiled a National League record of 1,207 consecutive games. He would go on to co-host Garvey and Company with Jimmy Christopher one day.
Well played.
On this day in 1995, the online site eBay was founded under the name Auction Web.
Didn't Blake used to grind on eBay?
I mean, I definitely bought and sold stuff there, but I don't know.
You've sold?
Yeah.
I've never sold anything on eBay. Certainly bought.
It's easy.
Sold a couple pairs of shoes.
Yeah, it's easy.
Is it easy?
Mm-hmm.
Should we set up a store?
And really get with the times.
Yeah.
I was a fan.
On this day in 2002.
He used to buy wristbands.
Yeah.
This is somewhat interesting. Joaquin Benoit had the longest save in Major League history for the Rangers. 7 innings in relief of Todd Van Poppel, who replaced Aaron Mayette, who was ejected after throwing 2 pitches. So looking up this game, so Aaron Mayette was the starter.
Boy, I don't remember that name at all. Do you?
Kind of, but not really. I didn't remember Van Poppel was on the Rangers at that time.
That I remembered.
In 2002?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
like this is
when it
well
had to have
after
been.
his heyday.
Way after.
Well, so Aaron Mayette start. It was a home game. Or excuse me, it was a road game. So Alex Rodriguez got hit in the first inning. And so the first batter Aaron Mayette faces,
plunk.
The first pitch went behind him. The second pitch went behind him, and he got ejected. Do you remember?
No.
Okay, you're
That's
nodding
tough.
as if you kind of did.
No, I respect it.
So Van Poppel comes in.
Job not done.
He walks a batter, and then he walked that batter, and then struck out the side, and then retired the side next inning. Benoit stretches this to a no-hitter until the 9th inning.
Damn.
Then he gave up a leadoff hit. Ends up with it. They end up with a one-hitter, and he has the longest save ever.
That would have been one of the most amazing things in baseball history. Like if you throw a no-hit 7-inning save, I mean, it's already pretty incredible.
So the Rangers got the lead pretty early in the game, and Van Poppel got the win?
They had to have.
Yeah, because when it's not the starting pitcher, then it goes to the official scorer to determine who's
the pitcher of record.
Who's the pitcher of record? And you would have to think it would be Benoit, because he carried 7 innings of no-hit ball. Yet, by the objective rules, he gets the save. So I would think he should have been the first pitcher ever to have a win and a save in the same game.
What a game.
The beautiful game.
Oh, born out of the Windy City.
Boy,
the Peach Basket.
If we could just hear bad radio the day after that.
I'm sure it was much cowboy projections.
Boy, yeah.
0-2.
0-2.
Things are looking really good this year.
Oh no, that's into tuna, huh?
Was Campo
You know what? It doesn't matter what happened
okay.
next.
Birthdays today, James Neal, former Dallas Star, 37.
He looked like Zig. No, not Ziggy.
His brother, right?
Yeah.
Sagan trade?
Yes.
Former Mavs coach Dick Motta is 93.
Jeez.
Yes, I searched it.
Well, happy birthday.
He's still alive. Devin Singletary is 27.
Bears?
Giants.
Just Giants?
Now Houston. Isn't he with Houston now?
No. He was in Houston. Mixon went to Houston. Singletary went to the Giants.
I just know he's a spare running back that
This is fantasy related somehow.
someone will
Florida Atlantic.
Someone will talk themselves into him. Miles Jack is 29.
Man, remember it was him and Jalen.
I had high hopes. Turns out they both
were not great. Well, Jack had a time. He was a part of that really good Jaguars team.
But wasn't that the time where you thought they could draft Miles Jack in the first round and then get Derrick Henry in the second round?
That's Jalen
No, you're
Ramsey.
thinking of Jalen Ramsey because Miles
Jalen
Jack.
Ramsey first round.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, but there was a lot of talk that, hey, if you're going to draft a linebacker who's probably not going to be able to play in 5 years, then you take Miles Jack.
Okay.
Who was really, really good.
And that happened, huh?
He went 36, whereas Jalen probably was the first pick of the second round.
Yeah.
Or fourth pick. Something like that. Anyways.
But they both had knee issues, and everyone thought Miles Jack's was degenerative. And so he would just get worse over time, where Jalen could be okay.
Yeah.
Jenny Finch is 44.
Struck out Barry Bonds.
Raheem Morris is 48.
Falcons.
Some, like Arthur Blank, would say better than Bill Belichick. Because he had an opportunity to hire both of them this offseason, and he went with
we haven't talked about... Did you see his Walter Payton breakdown?
No, Belichick?
Yeah, we're about to get a snoot full of Belichick media. He's going to do that show every week with Peyton?
SNL.
Oh, gosh.
Telling you.
He's going to be on a lot. He's going to be on, I believe, in the first half of the Manning Cast every week.
Oh, really? Every
Yeah.
week?
Or at least the first quarter. I thought it was first half.
Okay.
And him and Peyton are doing a show every week. Do you remember NFL Matchup?
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome. They kind of canceled it because it was hosted by dorks. Like Greg Cassell and Merrill Hodge. Well, now they're just having Peyton and Bill Belichick do it.
I'm in.
Yeah, very cool.
Sean White, 38.
Flying Tomato. Crossover.
Valerie Perrine is 81. That is Lex Luthor's girlfriend in the original Superman.
Picture this. He's driving an electric vehicle. The Boys superhero modern.
I got it.
Okay. I thought
He's anti-woke.
I thought that was fun earlier.
How about that they're trying to lobby Congress to let the military allow soups into the... Dude, it's really good.
We can't do this, can we?
I won't watch it.
I will definitely not watch it. I'm just saying, like, can we vote
That's what I'm saying.
to him not bringing it up?
We have to mock it enough to where he stops watching it. We have to be on the same page here.
Okay.
Can't be done. It's that good. Actor Holt McCallany is 61.
I mean, I can fly, but I can't get a burrito delivered on time. Does that
go.
good?
Okay.
He was in some kind of a boxing show, so that's why I once interviewed him, but on FX. But he was also in Mindhunter.
I think it was
a big
called
fan.
Knockout.
Was it?
Remember, it got canceled after like one season, and I remember thinking at the time, and it was because you guys had like that relationship with the other Sully, good dude.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't want to like rip their shows, but I remember thinking like, all right, you made a show about a boxer. I mean, feels like it's.
You never know.
Kind of gonna.
They can't all be home runs.
You're gonna win. You're gonna lose.
They can't all be singles either. They can't all be any hits at all.
They can't all get out of the batter's box.
There you go. Musician Todd Lewis is 59.
Toadies.
Charlie Sheen is 59.
AIDS. That's crazy, right? Like he got like antique AIDS. Like,
But he's-
like people had stopped getting AIDS, and he's like, I have AIDS.
But he's still killing it?
You mean everyone he has sex with?
No, I mean, he's on the Sheenius tour. He's
No, I think that was quite some time ago, Dan.
Oh.
Winning.
What
You
a
know-
time of life that was.
For you. That's a very interesting life and career trajectory if you think about it, though. Because 10 years ago, he seemed 59.
True.
And now you're like, oh, okay, you're only 59? Like, I don't know how to explain this, but it seemed like he got really old and then froze.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was surprised to hear 59. I thought older.
Like, now you're kind of like, okay, doing well.
Like I said, killing it. Malcolm Gladwell, 61.
Because when was Two Grown Men?
Yeah, I mean, he was
Two
old.
and a Half Men?
He was
Two and a
old
Half
during
Men.
that.
So early 40s?
Yeah, late 30s, early 40s. And I mean, dude, he was making $8 million an episode.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Angus T. Jones?
Who was his porn star girlfriend, too? And he hung out with some guy from... He had the rock or sports guitar, and he had the guy from The Sopranos or Oz or something. And What? I went to the Genius Tour.
Yeah, we know.
At the AAC.
Yeah.
When he was winning. It was awesome. Awesome!
Tiger Blood?
Boy, Angus T. Jones looks rough.
Dave Ramsey is 64.
Jake.
Put your money in envelopes. Listen, just pay off your credit cards.
Here's the thing.
Save your money.
You don't want debt.
It's bad.
First thing you got to do, save 10 grand. Real easy. Just set it aside.
I love that. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, it's worked out well for him, but I saw some video yesterday of like a middle America 60-something mom who went apartment shopping with her son, who's like 23, and she tagged Dave Ramsey in it. She's like, how is it possible that like a 600 square foot apartment is $1,500 a month? Like, I feel like Dave Ramsey might be a little bit out of touch is what I'm saying. But put it in an envelope and
Yeah, I had a financial guy, 20 years ago, guy that would help us set up the 529s and all that.
Mm-hmm.
When we first signed on with him, he handed us a Dave Ramsey book.
Oh, yeah. I got one for whatever birthday in high school.
What the hell's this?
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, it's all like, don't spend more than you have. Oh!
It's very basic.
Financial advice.
Yeah. You ever have a friend get really into it? That's
No.
a tough scene.
I had one buddy get into it.
It's essentially like converting to a religion. They won't shut the F up about it.
Steve Sciarippa is 79.
Hit us.
He's Bobby Bacalieri in The Sopranos. And Amber Lynn is 60.
Seems like someone who... Oh, wow. Bobby's a gay guy.
Really?
Remember that?
So, Charlie Sheen, same age as Amber Lynn, pretty much, yet his porn star was not Amber Lynn.
I was going to say that. I feel like that's what it was.
No. Amber Lynn is like from the 80s. How come no one has looked this up and I've been asking this question, Blake? I'm looking at you. Charlie Sheen, porn star girlfriend.
Oh.
Search that. Born on the Stay Now Dead, Ferdinand Porsche. Jeremy Glick, one of the guys who tried to stop the hijacking of United Flight 93. And Whitey Bulger.
Brett Rossi?
Nope. It's not who I'm thinking of.
Maybe Bobby wasn't gay.
I think that guy does...
Oh, Brie Olson?
Brie Olson. That's the name. That guy does, or at least did, a podcast with Christopher. I think.
I know Christopher does one.
Where they would watch, episode 1, then do a podcast. And then
Man, I could have swore this guy had like a subtext to him. But do you remember?
Or is he just the fat F?
He's definitely the fat F.
Okay.
Do you remember in The Wire, the very unexplained gay storyline? Not Omar, but the old white guy goes to that bar and like sees another cop there, and they like don't really ever come back to it.
Kind of. But I think that's a brilliant move. Just like
it's Schrodinger's cat, right? Like you're just thinking about it.
Yeah, like The Sopranos though would have loose ends that were never tied up.
Yeah.
And that's how life is sometimes. Like you don't always get the full story on something.
Right.
You just end up you see that these two guys who are on the down low are both...
This is the guy that was there, Rolls. And
Yeah.
he saw another guy there. Yeah. Anyways, I think about that a lot. I'm like, why did they just randomly put two cops in a gay bar together and then never follow up on it?
What's Rolls in now? Does it say what he's doing now? I feel like I'm watching something with him in it.
It's probably your stupid superhero show.
Great show. Dead on This Day, Still Dead. We have the shortest man in history.
Ying
Chandra
King or something?
Dangi. He was 1 foot 9 inches tall.
and bench pressed
400 pounds.
Says here, died at the age of 75. Don't you always think?
That's a quite
think
quite
of the
long
little,
life. Yeah.
the extra small or the extra large human dies early.
Good for him.
I agree. Steve Fawcett. He died on this day. He was the first to fly a hot air balloon all around the world, Jake. Around the globe.
The whole globe.
But he didn't die from that.
Which The Affair. Okay. Borgia, The Trial of the Chicago 7.
No. I'm not in any of
Then
those.
I quit.
All right. As I said, what?
The Boys.
Is he in The Boys?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I know him.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, bring it. Steve Fawcett, to fly a hot air balloon around the world, just go straight up and sit there for 24 hours. The world will revolve around under you.
Right, so just stay.
And then you come down.
Fantastic,
It takes 24 hours. It's so easy. And died on this day in 2013, suicide. So are you sad that this guy died? Just want to put it out there. Guy died of suicide. Do you want a human to die?
Yes.
Not by suicide.
Okay.
I feel sad.
I believe that suicide is one of the more honorable things you can do. You're taking it into your own hands and not putting it on anybody else's plate.
Yeah, but everyone else has to deal with it.
It's not
It's
a
Sudoku.
word game.
Oh. Well, that means Blake is sad
Hitler died.
that
2013.
Ariel Castro died, the Cleveland kidnapper.
We're going to his house?
We've been recently informed by Dan that house is no longer standing. It was on my list. I put it on the Google Doc.
They raised it, which is a really weird word, isn't it?
It's very untracked.
Because it feels like, though, you raised it. Oh, you built it. No.
Right. Well,
you tore it down.
We put a Z in it.
Ooh.
So it means tear down.
If it was still there, we'd go there and we'd riz it.
Oh, no.
You guys going to do throw some riz around this weekend?
And
Hey,
that's
March
what was
called.
Today in history.
Well, I know Jake is. Jake and Rose have big plans, I think.
Long epi, but we didn't do one yesterday, so maybe that's the thing, right?
Yeah,
Are we
sure.
okay? Episode tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Wednesday.
No Thursday?
Nope, travel day.
And then yes, Friday.
From the Brothers Lounge.
The Brothers Lounge.
Yeah.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
NFL, oh I miss you so. NFL, when you left there was a hole deep in my soul. Now it is home until the Super Bowl.